every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
WKGN 1340. Go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock at 3:01 on a rainy Tuesday afternoon here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. It's not raining inside the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. That would be problematic. It's raining outside the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. So it's supposed to be a little drizzly here over the next couple of days. Should be out of here, though, by the weekend. Of course, Friday, we've got our big Garage Beer live show down at Trailhead Beer Market. Very much looking forward to that. It'll be your first chance to get registered to win the Fan Run box. Feel like we're not talking about the box enough on the show. Yeah, the box.
What's
we
in
need
the
to start.
box?
What's in the? That's the question.
That's the question. It's a prize pack beyond the limits of just comprehension.
When I say box, I don't mean like a cardboard box. Hey, here, put this stuff in this. Like, you're fired. Get out of here. I'm talking about like it's made out of wooden planks. It's got like a metal folding lock on it. This thing's like 5 feet tall by 5 feet. It's got what's the volume formula, Walker? Length times width times height.
Yeah,
It's a substantial cube.
What were the three? It was volume, area. Volume was the biggest one.
Yeah, volume is how much of something can fit into a shape.
Area was just length times width, right?
Yeah, that's just like on a flat shape.
What was the?
area.
There was another thing, another formula we had to measure or memorize in geography. Area,
Geography.
Geometry. It's been a while.
I mean,
since I've been.
Wow.
What you've been out of school for like a year. You're college educated.
I haven't taken a math class in more than 5. Went to journalism school.
I mean, that was like the great benefit of going to journalism school.
Yeah.
Was I only had to take 2 math classes in college, and they were easier than the last math classes I had taken in high school. I got through with a couple of them. Like I took French all the way through high school. And so like you had to do like a foreign language requirement. And like I took like the 2 like intro to French classes and just like aced them. Just like blindfolded. Just did it. Got it out of the way.
Can you still speak French?
Un petit un peu. Was that good? Well, you were in France. Is that a little bit?
It sounded good. Sounded good.
Like, looking back on it, though, man, I missed so many opportunities. Like, I could have learned real math. I could have learned stuff. I could have gone to France and, like, studied abroad and, like, had a summer fling with a French girl with hairy armpits. Like, these missed opportunities that I had, but just because I wanted to take the easy way out. But anyway, so the box.
We get from the box to
the box is this thing is ginormous, and originally they told me there was going to be like $3,000 worth of prizes in it, and yesterday they told me there's going to be like $4,000 worth of prizes in it. So by my calculations, by the time we get, and admittedly I don't know anything about math, but by my calculations, by the time we get to Halloween or Halloween down at Calhoun's on the River, where we're going to give the box away, there could be like 10 grand worth of stuff in it. and you don't know what it's going to be. We struck out animals. I think that's where they drew the line, but I don't know. I mean, there could be a TV in there. There could be like a nice chair. There could be furniture in there. There could be a grill. There could be like cameras. There could be phones. There could be tablets. There could be car.
I don't think
accessories.
Accessories
in there. There could be a scooter in there. There could be
what? Yeah.
I mean, there could be so many things. Like I don't. This thing is huge.
How are we going to get it to Calhoun's?
That's a great question.
Because right now, Russ, I noticed that you have to have like the pallet jack thing to move the thing.
There's a dolly. There's a mechanical lift for it. I mean, maybe we'll just do that all the way down the interstate to Calhoun's. We have to leave now to make it there by Halloween. Somebody should go. Anyway, what's going on today? We got Ryan Shumpert on the show. We're going to talk Tennessee football with him. Arkansas coming in here this weekend. Should be an amazing fall football weekend in East Tennessee. We got Aaron Torres on the show today. He's out in L.A., and we'll talk to him about the broader college football landscape. What does UCLA do now that they've got a win over Penn State? What does it mean for Nico? Could Ed Ogeron be a fit there? If you're Penn State, are you seriously looking on from James Franklin, looking to move on there? So many questions to talk to AT about. So that's kind of setting up the show. I was looking through, as we come on this afternoon, the basketball schedule. They just released today the times. Right. Mm-hmm. The times and the TV channels. So the
whole
schedule,
season.
Yeah, the schedule's set now. There's everything's set. And here's how old I am and lame I am. The first thing I do, because I already know who we're playing, right? That's been out there. I go through and I'm like, all right, how many stupid 9 o'clock tips do we have on a Tuesday? And
how many midweek?
By my count, we've got 3 9 p.m.s and 2 8:30s.
That's not
I think
bad.
you're missing. I think you're missing the 9 p.m. because they said, I think it was one of the RTI guys looked at it and said there were 7 games that were starting after 8:30. At or after.
All right, so we got Texas at home on January 6th at 9. That'll be a Tuesday or Wednesday. We've got at Alabama at 8:30. We've got Auburn at home on January 31st at 8:30. We've got Ole Miss at home on February 3rd at 9 p.m. We're at Mississippi State. Gotta love the 9 p.m. tip in the hump. This is 8 p.m. local time, I guess. You've got at Mizzou 9 p.m. That'll suck. That's it. So 6 games, 8:30 or later. It's not too bad. We got a flight probably.
Yeah. It's more for us, I think, for the fans. That Mizzou 9 o'clock tip time or 8:30, whatever it is.
How is it for us? Who is it for? It's for TV. It ain't for us. Ain't nobody wanting to wait till 9 p.m. to tip off a basketball game.
No, it would be. I love a good that time slot should be reserved for the Pac-12 after darks of the world. I feel like SEC basketball is a little higher level than that. But there's a special place for those kind of games.
No, I mean, people watch them.
Yeah,
TV,
I love watching them.
You're going to stay up to watch your team. The basketball ratings, and I wish Bob were here. We'll get his thoughts whenever he comes back. But my read on that has always been, there aren't super ginormous audiences for these. They're not in the millions. At best, you're hoping for a couple 100,000 viewers. Tennessee at Mississippi State is going to be watched by Tennessee fans and Mississippi State fans and not much else.
Mm-hmm.
You have a handful of people around the country who have an interest in watching a game like that. But it's inventory, and they know that there's enough Tennessee and Mississippi State people and, a handful of hoops junkies around the country that'll watch it and give them a decent number on it. But it ain't like football. We do have the Kentucky game at home. So we play Kentucky at home first. That'll be a 12 p.m. tip. So I'm guessing that's a Saturday on ESPN. High noon tip.
I hate noon tip offs.
Me too. Me too.
You can't.
Well,
you can't get up and get ready.
No,
for a noon
and
tip.
a night basketball on a Saturday, like a 7 p.m. tip on a Saturday, that's awesome.
It's so great.
That's
perfect.
I like the 4.
It's perfect.
You got the whole. There's a different charge in the arena too for that 7 p.m. like Saturday night hoops.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of fun. And then the road game at Kentucky will be 8:30. And I believe that's on a Saturday as well, because the game before that is Ole Miss at 9 p.m. So that would be your midweek game. And so Kentucky does get the Saturday night home game against us.
That's a bunch of crap.
Yeah, the coal miners will be all revved up for that one.
Yeah. God, it's brutal. We have noon at home and then late against them.
Yeah, but it's better than it's better than both the Kentucky games being on like Tuesday, which has happened, I feel like, in the past few years several times.
Them both being on weekends is awesome. It's just more the time for me. Just got the short end of the stick on that one.
So non-schedule. And by the way, the Duke, that is confirmed 7 p.m. tip for the exhibition against Duke on ESPN2, and that's October 26th, which I believe is a Sunday.
Yeah, it's a Sunday.
Yeah.
Me and my mom are going to that game.
Oh, cool!
It's going to be awesome.
I also I did notice that almost all our games are either on ESPN or the Deuce. I mean, we've got a handful of SEC network games in conference, but I mean, we're going to be on the flagship, I guess, for most of it.
The only games that aren't on ESPN affiliates are is that tournament out in Vegas, which is going to be on TNT
and HBO Max.
Yeah.
Non-conference highlights. You've got, of course, the Duke exhibition, and then a bunch of nobodies until you go out to that thing in Vegas. You'll be playing Rutgers, Houston, and then a team to be named later, which I'm sure will be a good opponent. We play at Syracuse, playing in the Carrier Dome at 7 p.m. on, I'd imagine that is a weekend. Illinois at home at 8 p.m. Everybody remembers what a battle that was up there last year. Louisville comes to town for 7 p.m. I remember
we thought that game was going to be a problem last year, and we smoked them on the road.
Well, we didn't know because it's who's the coach there? Pat Kelsey.
It was his first year.
Yeah,
right?
Well, and they were so bad the year before. Like, they gave us some problems, but they were still very much in figuring out who we are and what we got mode, where we were pretty polished and were able to handle them. I'd expect them to be better this year. I would expect them to have a much firmer grasp of their own identity, and luckily we're playing that one at home, and then you get into conference play. So very exciting basketball season coming up. We'll get Ryan Shumpert's thoughts on all that stuff. Is Tennessee, this is a fun time of the year, man, because you've actually got like all three sports kind of overlapping with basketball preseason practice and then fall baseball, which I know Shumpert was at that earlier today. They had a scrimmage over there. Basketball Media Day is Thursday. And, of course, we have college football fever. And it's very exciting right now. We've got a full weekend coming up. Bobby Petrino coming in here. What's he going to do on defense? Nobody knows. There's the element of the unknown. A little bit worrisome.
It's scary. You never know if the new coach bump is going to be there or not in this spot.
A little bit worrisome.
It is.
I
had 2 weeks of it.
Yeah, they've had 2 weeks to prepare. There's going to be some exotic blitzes and stuff that we haven't seen on film, and so the chess match between Heupel and the new defensive coordinator is going to. I think we know what they're going to do on offense. They're just going to
let Taylor Green do what he wants.
Yeah. Saw Lavorne Harbin today said that Taylor Green reminds him of Michael Vick.
Sir,
he said
it's not good, Bob.
Well, we knocked him out of the game last year.
We can do it again.
That's true.
But our track record with knocking starting quarterbacks
I don't know if that's
game,
a good thing.
Historically speaking, Russ, has not been good for us.
We don't need to injure the guy to beat them. They should not be a good football team.
Just let them know you're there.
I mean,
let them know you're
hit 'em.
there. Hit them early.
Hit 'em hard.
Hit them hard. Hit them often.
Just
I'm
Nothing
sorry.
illegal.
I'm sorry. That's how it went out there at the Pac-12 where you went to school, but here in the Southeastern Conference, new guy, we call for harvesting.
It was we do not. You do. We
that's a you thing.
we did
Not
kind
just
of. That was kind of dirty. The play was it Omar Norman Lott? I think he got flagged for it. Like
Yeah.
he came in
It was
low
bad.
and
It was bad. It was a bad hit.
he about harvested his knee, knocked him out of the game.
Omar was an aggressive guy.
Omar
He
played to the echo of the whistle.
He did.
He was
He did that at Arizona State before he was good too.
He was a complete maniac. I mean, just an absolute blockhead. I mean, how did he not get penalized when I can't even remember who it was. Was it Kentucky? When he just flattened that kid over on the sideline?
Oh, yeah, it was. What I thought it was Alabama. It was Alabama. He almost kicked the ball.
He
Remember,
did something like
after-
every week almost, it seemed like.
Yeah, he was a loose cannon.
Yeah, but you got to have guys like that.
Especially on the D line. You want those guys insane.
Coming up, Ryan Shumpert joins the show. That's French for Schumpert.
Mm-hmm.
RockyTopInsider.com. We will ask him his thoughts on all things Tennessee football with Bobby Petrino back in the league. Feels like old times. And Tennessee hoping to get some guys back on the defensive side of the ball. What's up with Jermod McCoy? We'll ask Shump. Stay with us. It's The Drive. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive.
105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Online at fanrunradio.com and streaming on the free Fan Run Radio app. This is Fan Run Radio. Knoxville.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Citizens National Bank.
We believe a good game plan is essential for success. With a CNB Plus Perks checking account, you'll save money with cell phone protection, roadside assistance, identity theft protection, and more. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC. Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Good afternoon, T-Dot. Still out here working with a couple of rigs. It sure has been slow.
KO 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, online, fanrunradio.com, and your free Fan Run app. A variety of ways for you to experience the program. We have a podcast. It's brought to you by our friends over at Broadway Carpets. Check them out online, broadwaycarpets.com. Russell Smith, Bear, and Walker Smith, no relation. Pleased to be with you on this Tuesday afternoon edition of the show, and pleased to be joined by our good pal Ryan Schumpert over at RockyTopInsider.com. Good afternoon, Ryan. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Hey, man, we're doing all right. You guys are busy over there right now, man. You got football going on. You're covering baseball scrimmages, basketball just around the corner. Lots going on.
It is, yeah. You typically don't think of that crossover season until November when basketball regular season really gets going. But the preseason's in full speed for both the men's team and the women's team, and then. Yeah, fall baseball is certainly not what it used to be over here in Knoxville, even, let's say, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, really. So plenty of good stuff over at the site people should check out.
Ryan, have we weathered the Tony Vitello to big league baseball storm, you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't – you're not going to feel 100% say they weathered the storm until all the positions are filled, in my opinion. But, look, I even from last week, I haven't seen a ton or heard a ton that made me actually worried that Vitello was going to be coaching a major league team next year and not Tennessee. And obviously I could end up looking dumb on that. And, the jobs that he's been linked to have not been filled and really hasn't been a ton of interviews either. So we'll see what ends up happening. But, I don't think Tennessee feels, if you're a Tennessee fan, you should feel 100% out of the clear while those jobs are unfilled. But, I also expect Vitello to be in Knoxville this spring to begin his ninth season as head coach.
All right. Collective sigh of relief there. Ryan, I saw Joey Halzle meeting with the media earlier today. A little vindication there, you think, for him? People said, Tennessee's offense takes a step back after Golish leaves, and I always thought it was more to do with the quarterbacks, the personnel, and stuff like that. But getting those numbers back up, number one in scoring through 5 games, right up there in total offense, all that stuff. You think Halzle is able to walk with his head a little bit higher these days?
For sure. I think so. Look, the thing that I've said throughout this, and this I don't mean to diminish Joey Halzle, but it's Josh Heupel's offense. It's his show. When they struggled the last 2 years, Josh Heupel was the one, at fault. Obviously, there's a team effort when things go well and a team effort when things go wrong. But at the end of the day, it falls on him. He's the one calling the plays during the games. He's Joey Halzle's offense coordinator, but that's very much Josh Heupel's baby. And to me, it's the same deal this year, where to me, Josh Heupel has vindicated himself as an offensive coach, and by making adjustments and figuring things out, and without Nico, finding a way to get better with Joey Aguilar. But to that whole point, it is a team effort, and Joey Halzle certainly was getting a lot of heat. So if the people out there that were trashing on Joey Halzle certainly should be complimenting him or praising him now as Tennessee's offense, looks much improved over what it was the last 2 seasons.
Ryan Schumpert, RockyTopInsider.com with us this afternoon. Ryan, Jermod McCoy, everybody wants to get up all in his business, knowing when he's coming back with that knee injury. What are you hearing about Jermod? You hear that, well, he wants to play. Maybe he's getting pressure from agents or family to take it easy, pump the brakes on his return, that kind of thing. You got Heupel up there saying, oh, whoever said that he was coming back for Arkansas, that was out of line. A lot out there, and all we know is doesn't look like he's going to play this week. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think what you just said is the main thing. The only thing I know with complete confidence is that I don't think he's going to play this week. We'll see what happens moving forward. I've always thought the Alabama game was, and this is just speculation, but that was kind of a change in the road, a turn in the road, I guess, and that if he's back by Alabama, I think it makes a ton of sense for him to play. If he's not, that was kind of when I thought I'd start wondering, see if we'd see him at all, especially if Tennessee has 2 losses after Alabama and their playoff hopes certainly wouldn't be eliminated in that situation, but aren't looking great. So we'll see what ends up happening. I don't have a ton of definitive answers there. The one other thing I'd say with some confidence from, everybody around the Tennessee program speaks incredibly highly of Jermod McCoy. He's about as low maintenance as a star as they come. There was not a bunch of hoopla with him in the portal or him trying to position himself to make more money after an All-American type season he had a year ago. So I do believe everything out there about Jermod wanting to be back, because that matches everything that I've heard about him. But obviously, I'm sure his agent is pushing for him not to play. That's the safer option, and we'll see what ends up winning out. And certainly I think when he would physically be capable of getting out there on the field and playing again will have a lot to do with that.
David Hobbs expected to return. People forget he was a 5-star coming out of North Carolina high school ball, and was really turning heads in fall camp before he suffered a foot injury. Expected to be back this weekend. Of course, you get Jackson Moy back last game against Mississippi State. What's the impact there, Ryan, for a defensive line that pretty salty against the run? Those pass defense numbers not great for Tim Banks's crew.
Yeah, which is interesting, because I feel like as a defensive line, they've probably been better rushing the passer than they have against the run. To me, I think some of the run fits have not been great, and certainly they've been asking, especially before Moy got back, they were asking Bryson Easton and Dominique Bailey to play a ton of snaps at defensive tackle, which makes it difficult over the course of a game against quality competition. I just think it's what we saw last year, where Tennessee's defensive line, especially defensive tackles, I think were really good, because they had 6 guys that they could play snaps, and 4 guys they could play a ton of snaps. So when you're asking those guys to play 25, 30 snaps a game, I think they're naturally going to be a lot more effective than when in those 25 or 30 snaps than they're going to be when they're playing 60 snaps a game. I think not that Tennessee's going to get back to quite that dramatic those few of snaps, because they have so much depth, but I think it'll certainly help a defensive tackle having more guys to be able to play, and I think it'll be better for them, because some of those young guys have struggled, as you'd expect. You're asking Isaiah Campbell and Ethan Utley and Nathan Robinson, whatever combination of those guys are playing, to play 8 to 12 snaps as opposed to 15 to 20 snaps. You can just kind of minimize some of those issues.
Ryan, what about David Sanders on the other side? We saw his cameo against Mississippi State. Went pretty well. Could have been costly penalty that ended up not costing you points down there. But the 5-star is back. He's getting paid a lot of money not to stand over there on the sideline. I know a lot of fans say, hey, the offense ain't broke. Number 1 in scoring. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But feels like they want him out there. Do you expect to see him in the starting lineup, or do you think that they just rotate him in as a backup?
I think it's probably one of the more intriguing questions this week. If you made me guess, I would say I think they start him. To your point, like, he's getting paid a lot of money to play, in my opinion, and Andres Karic has been fine, but I do think he's been a clear weak link, not one that just has really held back the offensive line by any means, but I do think he's been the worst guy that's played, and if they reshuffle things, he's going to be the guy that gets booted out of that starting lineup. So I think it happens, and the fact is, it's not going to happen now. When is it going to happen? You go to Alabama next week, a road game against Kentucky after that, so you have 2 straight road games after this. Certainly Alabama is one of the harder games on the schedule against a bad Arkansas defense. Now they do have a really good pass rusher that could be a tough test for whoever's playing at right tackle in this game. But against Arkansas defense that struggled at home, this feels like the time to make a move if you're going to. And I have a hard time thinking Tennessee's not going to make a move at some point here, just with Sanders' talent. And look, the way they reshuffle things, subbing them in the games, to me, that's not just like a super easy situation, because then you're moving two other guys around and it just becomes a ton of moving parts. To me, it makes a lot more sense to roll with him as the starter this week.
It's almost like the Boo Carter thing on the other side, where it's like you're moving him in, and yeah, you could move McMurray to the outside, and maybe that gets your 5 best, but it's clear they're not going to do that. What do you think about the Boo situation, Ryan? Is he still in the doghouse? Is there a point when Tennessee will just turn him loose and let him play? He only plays like half the snaps against Mississippi State. They don't have him out there for the first 2 punt returns. What's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, I think the punt return thing is, to me, somewhat odd. I would expect him to be back there. I mean, he's muffed punts in 2 straight games, so I'm sure that's why he wasn't back there. But Braylon Staley certainly didn't look very comfortable. Had a costly muff, had another costly punt that he doesn't catch and rolls all the way down to the 1 yard line. So I would think you would see Boo back. I mean, the only other person that we've seen return punts this year is DeJuan Morris, and we'll see what he is on the injury report this week, but he was out for the Mississippi State game. So I think that's the case. The defense, I don't necessarily think that he's in the doghouse. I do think he's been a little slow on getting some of the defense concepts down and having everything in the defensive playbook figured out and comfortable in. But, I don't think you're going to just see, the way you described it, just let him loose. Unless Jalen McMurray, he's moving into safety mid-season, I don't think you're going to see that. Jalen McMurray's played really well. He's played good football. So I don't think it's going to be something where you just see Boo Carter replace Jalen McMurray. Now, as we've seen the snaps move from what was basically 70-30 to 50-50, I expect it to stay similar, and maybe Boo starts to get a little bit more opportunities, but I don't think it's going to be something where he's just out there every play of the game like Colton Hood is.
Pure speculation here, but I do wonder, like, if Heupel and Banks had it to do over again, now you go back a couple of weeks, right? And do you move McMurray out to corner where he played most of last year, right, in place of Redmond, and just go with Boo in the slot against Georgia? Fans, coaches, players will be replaying that one over and over in their minds forever, right?
For sure. And I think it's funny because I think that's completely fair, especially as you talk about the Georgia game. I look at it now, and some of it is, would matter depending on when or if Tremont McCoy gets back. But my thing is, I'd much rather have Jalen McMurray playing safety. Andre Turrentine didn't. I like Tyler Edmond right now more than I like the combination of Idris Farouk and Caleb Beasley. And I know McMurray didn't play corner last season, but he didn't play safety last season, but he played a lot of safety at Temple, and that was something they talked about, him being capable of doing that. So whether it's a corner or safety, I definitely think you have a feeling of, at least I do, of wishing that McMurray was playing somewhere else in the secondary, so you could get Boo Carter more snaps and still have McMurray on the field a ton.
What is it with the safety recruiting, Ryan, where they just, for whatever, they had the guy last year, I forget, he had a great name, and Florida ended up flipping him at the last minute.
Shady Hayward, I think.
Shady Hayward. Yeah, man. Call down to Gainesville, see if those guys are hopping in the portal, see if we can get Shady Hayward up here. But is it just like, I guess the only thing I can think of is they don't want to allocate the resources to safety. When they draw it up, they want to put their money into tackles, receivers, quarterbacks, edge rushers, things like that. And there's not much left over at safety. It's the only thing I can come up with, Ryan.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. And that seems like what the Shady Hayward deal was, that Florida just offered him a good bit more than Tennessee had out there. I also don't think Tim Banks, who mostly recruits the safeties, is a great recruiter. I probably like him more than most, or at least the vocal part of Tennessee's fan base is Tennessee's defense coordinator. But I don't think he's been great there. And I think more than the Shady Hayward one, I would kill them on or criticize them on not getting the Craig Tuck kid from Oakland this year who's going to Ole Miss over them as a top 150 recruit. Like, that's one in your home state. Ole Miss is, they recruit pretty well in high school, but certainly they use a lot of their resources on the portal. And then on the portal aspect, I think two things. One, they miss Will Brooks a whole lot more than anybody expected. And two, I think they probably should have paid Jacoby Thomas whatever Jacoby Thomas was asking for in spring. Because not that I've watched every second of every Miami game this year, but I have watched a decent bit between the Florida game and the Notre Dame game and the FSU game this past week, and it feels like he's out there making a lot of plays, and it's certainly playing at a higher level than anybody else that Tennessee has at safety is.
I mean, that pretty much answers. That was going to be my question. Looking back on it, should we have just coughed up the money and paid for Jacoby Thomas?
Pay him or pay somebody else. Like, when they brought Jacoby in, he's from MTSU. I don't remember who all we beat out for him, but it didn't feel like that was, Alabama, Ohio State, everybody want him. And Tennessee will invest in those guys at receiver, right? Far be it for me to tell them how to spend their money, but hey, man, if it's me, throw $1 million at one of those safeties, one of those expensive kids, and see what kind of difference it makes, because I bet you it would have helped win the Georgia game.
Yeah, I think so. And look, I think it's been back to the Tyre Edmond thing. Like, I think that's made it more difficult for them. They've had to leave them on an island more because they're just not very good in zone coverage, defending the middle of the football field with their linebackers and safeties. So you saw against Mississippi State, even when they did run man, it felt like there was more safety help for him. But it's made things tricky, and I think that's another reason why getting Jermon McCoy back would be so helpful, because I think you would have a little bit more creativity in just having two corners that you feel like you can leave on an island playing man-on-man coverage. So it's not a huge indictment on, like, I think Farouk and Beasley can be and probably will be pretty good players in time, but it certainly doesn't feel like they've been ready to play at a high level in the SEC this season as true sophomores.
Ryan Shumpert, RockyTopInsider.com. Ryan, wrapping up here. Bobby Petrino coming back to Neyland Stadium as the interim head coach. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this one now. How much does the fear of the unknown worry you if you're a Tennessee fan this week? Because I see two lines of thinking going. Some people just say, well, their defense is so bad, it doesn't matter what they change. They don't have the players to be good over there. But then I hear other people saying, well, they're going to simplify it and they're going to do some things. And Heupel doesn't know what they're going to do. So it's kind of, you're going into this one blind, and that one could be problematic. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a question I've been kind of bouncing back in my head a lot this week. And what I can't help but wonder or think about is the Florida situation. And I think I might have said this on here a week or two ago when we were talking about Florida. Certainly nobody was chalking up a win, and not many at least were chalking up a win in Gainesville as some given. Tennessee fans are battered enough from how games in the past have gone. But there was very much this notion of Florida's terrible, surely Tennessee can't win this time, they never can, that type of thing. I watched Florida play, and one of my big thoughts was, this is one of the worst offenses I've ever seen in my life. But their defense is really good. So if they can just get some level of competent play on offense, they become a pretty good team and tough to beat. Yeah. Well, they got a level of competence. They weren't great on offense against Texas, but they were okay. And what do you know? They win by multiple scores against Texas. And I can't help but have that similar level of thought about Arkansas. Now, if they can just get competent, just okay defensive play with an offense that's as good as their offense has been, all of a sudden you got yourself a pretty good little team. Now that's where you feel a lot better about this game being at home if you're Tennessee. And who knows, maybe there probably is more talent on that Florida offense than there is on this Arkansas defense. So maybe it doesn't matter. And again, Tennessee's at home in this game. So maybe you don't see that as much. But that is a thought and a comparison I have had in my head this week after watching Florida figure some things out on the offensive side of the ball and get a big win.
All right. Well, going to be interesting this weekend inside Neyland Stadium as Tennessee takes on Arkansas, 4:15 p.m. kickoff on the SEC Network. Ryan Shumpert will be there documenting everything for RockyTopInsider.com. Ryan, always appreciate your time, my man. Stay dry out there. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds great. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. Ryan Shumpert, RockyTopInsider.com, jumping on with us here this afternoon. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this Arkansas team on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, how many points Tennessee have to win? How many points does Tennessee have to score to win?
35 minimum.
35. This number at Mississippi State, feel like it should be the same at home against the team. We don't know what they're going to do.
I mean, Taylon Green's is going to be the X factor. I mean, our pass rush is actually really good,
but he's silky enough to like get away from things that Shapen and Stockton were not able to get away from.
Yes.
Those are the most frustrating moments in football as a fan is when
absolutely.
You've got that pass rush and you think you've got a guy dead to rights and he gets out of it.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that last night.
And
it cost the Chiefs the game. Just somebody that can scramble around. And, I mean, it didn't look pretty by any means, but, you know, the guy fell down twice and you've got Chris Jones. How do you let him score from 5 yards out? But yeah, you're exactly right. It's frustrating. Now, I don't know. I mean, if Arkansas has a blown assignment the way Mississippi State did, and you give either Josh Josephs or Tyree West like a free shot at Taylon Green, he doesn't know it's coming. I mean, that'd be his last play of the game. We broke him last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be critical, as our friend Butch Jones would say, is how does their offensive line hold up?
It's critical.
Well, and even if it does hold up, I don't think it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be the best offensive line we see. Can our corners cover long enough for our defensive line to get Green down? Because he's going to buy the extra second in the backfield almost every time. It's just, can our corners stay disciplined and stay on their man until the defensive line can get to him?
I also, unless I'm mistaken, Arkansas doesn't have anybody in their wide receiver room that compares to that kid from Georgia.
I mean, no, not like Zach Branch.
They have a guy who's a transfer. Omega maybe Omega Clark. He's a good-looking player.
Omega, Omega.
How else would you spell Omega?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Omega
I know
Clark is a solid name. I love that.
He's not a looking player, man. He's had a nice year for them. We will have to deal with him. I mean, they're one of the best offenses in college football, man. That's why I asked the question: how many points do we have to score? I could be completely wrong. Maybe Tim Banks uses the off week and we fix whatever our tackling and setting the edge problems and the gap assignments and all that stuff, and we come out and just hold them down. Our crowd gets into it.
South Carolina 2023.
And we have an explosion on and just win going away, but I wouldn't count on it.
I'm leaning more towards 2023 South Carolina just because, but I could be wrong.
All right. Open up the phone lines here. 865-966-3435. Your phone number if you want to get on board. Call or text to the show today at 865-966-3435. You're listening to The Drive. It's Fan Run Radio, and we're back with more right after this.
The Drive. Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio. Knoxville.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, and so is Garage Beer. And this week we're out for both Friday afternoon at Trailhead Beer Market. Join Fan Run Radio for a special live broadcast of The Drive this Friday from 3 to 6 at Trailhead Beer Market in South Knoxville, presented by Garage Beer. We'll be giving away 4 passes to the Tailgating for a Cause tailgate party in Circle Park, complete with food, beverages, and TVs for early game watching. One lucky Fan Run listener will win the passes, plus a Garage Beer tailgate prize pack including a retro tailgate folding chair, shirts, hats, koozies, sunglasses, and more. Registration begins at 3 p.m. with the drawing at 6 this Friday at Trailhead Beer Market, 1317 Island Home Avenue. Come get ready to roast the hogs on a football Friday at Trailhead Beer Market, presented by Garage Beer. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed, 100% beer-flavored beer.
Is that old tree in your yard starting to lean a little too much? Branches hanging over your roof? Don't wait until it's too late. Call ECR Total Landscapes today. At ECR Total Landscapes, we specialize in safe, professional tree removal, trimming, and storm damage cleanup. So if you've got trees that need to go, now is the time to give us a call. Plus, we're offering free stump grinding now through the end of the year when you use or mention promo code FANRUN. That's right, free stump grinding for FanRun Radio listeners. At ECR Total Landscapes, we live up to our name by offering total landscape services. In addition to tree cutting, we also offer a wide range of landscape installation services and custom monthly maintenance packages that create stunning outdoor spaces tailored to your vision. Give us a call today to schedule a free estimate at 865-384-2012 or just visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Carter High School's Brody Sparks. The Hornets quarterback completed 14 of 17 passes for 223 yards and 2 touchdowns, and also had 7 carries for 51 yards and 3 more touchdowns in Carter's 49-6 win over Fulton last week. Carter High School's Brody Sparks, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Hi, I'm Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group. Are you looking to buy or sell a home? Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or just need a change, it's never been more important to have experienced, trustworthy representation in the real estate process. So if you have any real estate questions, I'd love the opportunity to earn your trust. Call me anytime for a free chat, 865-742-1035, or find me online at BoKnowsHouses.com. The Kregner Group, real estate the right way.
Good afternoon. A couple of accidents getting some attention out here. It's been a busy one today on 40 East up by White Road, dodging some.
Yeah, Jacoby Thomas having a good season for Miami. He comes in ranked 4th in Pete Nakos's Week 6 transfer portal impact players. So I guess it's just like what they got done in Week 6. This is not a cumulative award because Carson Beck is second on this list, and Nico Iyama-Pajama was number 1 on this list for UCLA. So obviously that is not a whole season thing there, but Nico had his impact, had his moment.
I think Jacoby's had at least 2 interceptions this year. He has given up a couple of touchdowns, but all in all, I mean, if we could really use him right now.
Yeah.
He's a tone setter.
Well, the coaching staff gambled, like they let Squirrel White leave a lot of production, and they gambled that an unproven player with 0 production in Braylon Staley could replace him, and that has gone fabulously beyond our wildest imaginations. Like that was like you wouldn't even think twice about it having to remake that decision right now. Staley is so much better here than Squirrel ever was already through a handful of games, even with not having a great game against Mississippi State. Like we still all in love with the production and the potential in Braylon Staley. On the flip side of that is we gambled that Idris Farouk could be as good or better than Jacoby Thomas, and I don't think that one has gone our way.
No, and I think that, to me, that one should have been a little bit more obvious that it was to the coach, to Heupel and those guys, that it's going to be really hard to. I mean, we pretty much knew. When I really remember noticing him was the Oklahoma game last year when he was just laying people out, and those guys are hard to find.
Yeah, having an intimidator, a headhunter back there,
guy that gets in. Receivers are they're more worried about where he's at.
I mean, I don't
want the play call.
Have we had one of those in the Heupel era?
Jacoby Thomas last year.
Yeah, I guess so. But he was a role play. Like, he wasn't a starter last year. He would just kind of.
No, but if he was on the field, there was a chance that somebody was going to get just knocked in next week.
Arkansas comes into this game 8th nationally in total offense, averaging some 514.6 yards per game. And it's interesting, the top 10 in total offense. So Arkansas is 8th. Ole Miss is 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee is 6th. Indiana 5th. Missouri 4th nationally. You think Alabama knows what they're walking into
probably
this weekend? Can you imagine how fired up they are? Undefeated. They're ranked. They've got this high-octane offense. Prebula, Ahmad Hardy. Like, they're going to be so fired up for this game.
Not only that, but they should, and probably legitimately should, feel disrespected, because they're not getting a whole lot of respect out of the polls. Either one. I don't. The AP or the coaches, I don't think.
I think they're just waiting on Missouri. I mean, their best win is South Carolina. Is it South Carolina? Probably.
Yeah, they're ranked 14th in both polls. I mean, that's for to a new guy's point, for what they've done.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. Texter says, I have a better chance of snatching a sausage roll out of Big Cody Mack's hand than Arkansas has of beating Big Josh in Knoxville. I don't know why you have to drag our man into it like that.
I love sausage.
I don't either, and you would fail at I think you would fail at that. If you've ever been around Cody and sausage at the same time.
Yeah, man. I would love to see Missouri just run all over Alabama. How funny would that be? Is that good? Is it good for us to have them come in there? You could say, well, they'd be angry. They'd also be a little bit neutered with their second loss. The noise around Kalen DeBoer would be
start percolating again.
Be heavy that week.
Could you imagine having to? I mean, I guess surely he knew that going in before he took that job, that your margin for error before they start lighting the torches down there is like almost nothing.
I have no qualms about pulling for Dorkwitz against Alabama this weekend. I hope he smashes their face in.
I kind of do, but it's the same thing as last week with Vanderbilt. I don't like change, and the natural order of things is Alabama should kick their teeth out.
You don't like change. You don't like what you want Alabama to be good?
No, but I don't want Dorkwitz getting any more traction. Somebody raised a good point that, when they were talking about Billy Napier and everybody's thinking it's Kiffin to Florida, but they opined that Drinkwitz to Florida.
I could see Drinkwitz bailing this year, and that might not be the only job that he has an opportunity to get. I mean, there's some big jobs coming. We talk about Alabama. That might not come open this year, but it might come open here. You know where I could see Drinkwitz landing, where I could just see him coaching for this school at this place with these uniforms around him. I don't know why it just fits. Auburn.
So I thought you were going to say.
I could see him down there at Auburn.
Yeah,
I could see it
with the navy blue sweater vest.
I could just see it. The visor, the glasses, the whole 9 yards. He's already got the Bama bangs. Like that might not be a bad hire for them either. But I'll tell you what, like LSU, I think opens up here in the next 2 or 3 years. Obviously Florida's getting set to come open. There's some big jobs. And there's some unbig jobs that are, Arkansas is obviously open. I don't think he would go there. I don't think he would go to South Carolina or Kentucky. But I could see Drinkwitz And he knows that this is a chance for him. This is a name maker game. This is one that elevates him up on some of these lists.
Sure.
And he knows he can't win a national championship at Mizzou. He knows that if he's a competitive guy and wants to do something, and who wants to live in Columbia, Missouri? I mean, good grief.
It's awful.
You know he wants out of there.
Yeah.
We got to get out of here. For a minute or two anyway. Stay with us. The top 4 at 4 coming up next. Our old pal Aaron Torres joins the show. An action-packed hour number 2 of The Drive coming up right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem their problem, no matter which federal agency you work for. Don't face federal employment issues alone. Remember, remain silent, request counsel, call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco. Here at Knoxville Smiles, every smile is unique and every smile has a story. We would love to get to know you and help you smile brighter with confidence. If you've been looking for a dental home that treats you like more than just a set of teeth, we would love to welcome you to the family. Please give us a call at 865-539-1776 or visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Fan Run is giving away a huge prize package.
That's a big box. What's in there?
You're going to want to find out.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
A winner will be drawn live on Halloween during Fan Run Friday at Calhoun's on the River.
To learn how you can earn entries, make sure you're tuning in daily to Fan Run Radio and following us across all of our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok, and Instagram.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway here on Fan Run Radio, and time for the Top 4 at 4. It's brought to you this afternoon by Garage Beer, 100% beer-flavored beer, presenting a special live broadcast of the Drive this Friday at Trailhead Beer Market on the shores of the Tennessee River in Sono. Island Home Avenue. Be there. Register to win the box. What's in the box, man? You ever seen Seven, New Guy?
Yeah, I saw it over the summer. That one I checked off.
That one holds up.
Oh, that one, it held up. It was really good.
Outstanding. Scary. Dark.
It's twisted. It was. You got to be. You don't want to be in the best mood when you watch that movie.
You know, Kevin Spacey had just become a star at that point, and
From Usual Suspects.
Yeah, and he was not included. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
And he was not included in the promo for that movie, and I don't think his name was in the credits or anything because they didn't want to give it away.
Yeah.
Like if you saw that he was in it and you're going through the movie and you realize that you haven't seen Kevin Spacey.
It worked on me. I didn't know he was in the movie.
Just a little piece of film trivia for you.
Now you can, when you go back, I've never rewatched. I found the film to be way too disturbing for my taste, but I mean, everybody around the world is so familiar with his voice now, you'd immediately know as soon as he started talking.
Yeah.
Before they actually show him.
Oh, he wasn't doing the Frank Underwood voice.
But he's still got a pretty unique voice, even when he's not doing Frank.
Yeah. You ever seen quick movie recommendation?
Yeah.
Not many people have seen this, but I just saw recently. It's on Netflix. K-Pax.
I haven't heard of it.
That one I've always wanted to.
I love
wanted to
K-Pax.
watch. I've never watched. It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, great Spacey movie.
He's going to watch Full Metal Jacket tonight.
I'm thinking
First
about
watch
Full
it
Metal.
tonight.
I'm thinking about it. I don't know. It's a Tuesday. I got to figure
here's
out what
the thing
movie
about
I'm
Full
going to
Metal.
watch.
You can turn it off after the first half.
No, you can't.
Sure you can.
And
First
you miss
half
out
is
on
really-
Animal
yeah,
Mother. Spoiler alert,
You
and
watch
all those
a
other
good
guys.
hour and a half, so it's all right.
All right. At number 1, dates, times, and television information for the 2025-26 Tennessee basketball schedule was announced today. The news included the exhibition game against Duke on Sunday, October 26th, which will be televised on ESPN2. Tennessee opens the season at home against Mercer on November 3rd and starts SEC play at Arkansas on January 3rd.
Mercer. When did we play?
In the NCAA tournament, the year Conzo and his boys made their run, we played them in the Sweet 16. They had beaten Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, we beat them and then lost to Michigan in the Sweet 16. As
remember
is
that Michigan
our
game.
custom.
I was a really little younger and didn't quite understand how bad that was until a couple of years later when I started to become a sports fan.
Still hurts.
That was tough. Still.
That was one of the multitude of times we probably had a team that was hot enough and playing
Let
good
them off the
enough to go to the Final Four. If he had just dished that ball to Jordy Mack.
Yeah. At number 2, Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer is pushing to return for Saturday's game against Texas. There's a belief that Mateer's return less than 3 weeks after hand surgery for a broken bone is possible, as he has reacted well to the operation. It's unclear when a decision on Mateer will be made available, as Oklahoma coach Brent Venables has said publicly that it's uncertain when he will return.
Do you rush him back if you're Venables and the Sooners? I mean, you have a chance to have a special season here. And the other side of that is, who would have thought we would say this before the season? Do you need Mateer to beat Texas this weekend?
That's the 64th. I mean, I don't think they would, I saw a picture of him, I guess, from yesterday at practice. He's got a pretty substantial, like, soft cast-looking brace thing.
It's on his throwing hand, too.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be rushing him back.
The Hawkins kid, I know it's Kent State, but he did what he had to do. He's played a lot of football for you. I think I would err on the side of caution, but if the doctors say, look, like, he's not going to – if he hurts it again, he hurts it again. Like, it's not going to be re-aggravation. Like, it's bone. It's either broken or it's not.
I just wonder how well can he throw the ball? How well can he grip the ball? He runs a lot. He's by far, I think, their best running threat.
I mean, he's their best player on either side of the ball. The guy's incredible. And I think Oklahoma and Mateer see the opportunity of, like, hey, this is the Red River Shootout. It's normally the biggest game of our season. They have a chance to knock Texas out of this thing. Like, think about it. They lose this game, they're probably done. Like, that's 3 losses.
Well, yeah, they're not going to playoffs.
That's what I mean.
But they've been in this position before. It's similar to Tennessee and Florida. It wouldn't surprise me if Texas beats them.
It wouldn't surprise me. That's why I think they need Mateer to play that game to win.
Flip side is, your schedule is backloaded and you're unbeaten now. Like, can you – and this is something the pollsters will take into account later is if Hawkins plays and you just can't move the ball, you can't score, Mateer doesn't play, and then Mateer comes back and they get big wins against Ole Miss, against us, God forbid, against Alabama, LSU, all those teams still – Missouri still on their schedule. Like, if they were to go 10-2 or and one of those losses is against Texas without their quarterback, if I'm on the selection committee, I absolutely take that into account.
For sure. I mean, but also, like, maybe that's why this game is so important, because they don't want to drop a game before heading into that stretch.
Yeah, all I know is if I'm an OU fan, I want him to play.
Yeah, I'd love for him to play.
So I'd imagine they will play him if he's available.
Yeah. At number 3, the ALDS continues today with a pair of Game 3s taking place. First off, at 4:08, the Mariners head to the Tigers in Detroit, tied at 1 game apiece. Seattle is starting Logan Gilbert, and Detroit is starting Jack Flaherty. Later on, the Blue Jays can clinch a trip to the ALCS tonight as they hold a 2-0 lead over the Yankees. Toronto is starting Shane Bieber, and Carlos Rodon will try to keep the Yankees season alive.
What are we going to do? We're just going to lay down?
What's this we business? I'm not involved in this.
Well, no, I mean, your team got your pretend team got shellacked last night and then gagged away a comeback over the Brewers.
Speaking of gag, it'll be interesting to see how the Yankees do tonight. I mean,
what time do the Braves
invested
play?
So much money in trying to buy this championship, and they're on the verge of getting swept by a team that's not even from America.
What time do the Braves play? That's all I want to know.
I couldn't tell you. I'm looking forward to
it. In April. Yeah.
A lot of good pitching going today. But interesting to see how Shane Bieber looks in that game against the Yankees. Coming back from Tommy John. He was awesome.
Related, speaking of Canada, in relation to Justin Bieber?
No relation, to my knowledge. And at number 4, the Cincinnati Bengals turn to their division rivals for a much-needed solution at quarterback, acquiring Joe Flacco in a 6th-round pick in a trade with the Cleveland Browns for a 5th-rounder.
And he's just going to waltz in there and be the starter.
Yep. Then he will have played for...
It's desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah.
Brandon wasn't getting it done.
No, he was bad.
And so the Browns are just rolling with Gabriel and Shedeur as the backup there.
Yeah, and I bet
they'll pick up somebody for the practice squad.
Did they trade Pickett?
Yes. Yeah, and they trade him to the Raiders, maybe?
They might, maybe. But they also, I mean, they might activate Deshaun Watson soon. So,
what?
I don't know. He's still on their books. He still technically plays for the team.
I mean, before he blew his Achilles, he looked terrible.
Yeah, but I'm not saying they're going to play him. They just might take that roster spot and put it
How
in there.
did Gabriel? I watched none of that game.
He didn't look horrible. He looked good.
Ringing endorsement.
He looked okay.
Okay.
He didn't. I didn't think he threw the ball. I watched most of that game. I didn't think he threw the ball particularly well. He just didn't seem to play as fast as you got to play. He's got a great defense. Quinshon Judkins is the best rookie running back right now.
Yeah, he's been really good.
All right, thank you, Walker. That is the top 4 at 4. It's brought to you by Garage Beer. Cannot wait, ladies and gentlemen, until that first cold sip of Garage Beer hits my lips Friday afternoon at Trailhead Beer Market. Come on out, join us. We do the show live 3 to 6 at Trailhead, 1317 Island Home Avenue. If you've never been to Trailhead Beer Market, and I'll be honest, like I'd never been until we went last year. They booked us for a remote. And I showed up. I was like, "Oh my God, this place is fantastic!" And they've got a little bar there. You go inside, you can get your beer, you get your 12 packs of Garage Beer to go. But like everybody gathers outside. There's very much an outdoor place, and the weather looks fantastic. They've got a great porch where we'll be set up on doing the show, and then they've got like picnic tables around. People bring their dogs and their kids. It's such a chill vibe out there, and it's the perfect place for a Football Friday show. So come on out and see us, man. If you love us, swing by, have a Garage Beer, or pick up one of these 12 packs to go. We've got to sell some Garage Beer at Trailhead Beer Market this Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be giving away the Tailgating for a Cause passes to their tailgate at Circle Park. Food, beverage, TVs, the place to tailgate on Saturday. We're going to give away 4 passes there, and it's your first opportunity to get registered to win the Fan Run box. What's in the box? I don't know. You don't know. All I know is it's expensive. It's huge. Like you're going to have plans to like get this thing home.
I was told not to touch it.
Aren't
They
you
won't even let me
pretty
see
much
it.
told not to touch anything in here?
Over here on this side, I touch a lot of stuff.
We want you to win the box, ladies and gentlemen. Come out and get registered. Over $4,000 worth of merchandise inside the Fan Run box. I want to put a picture of this on my socials.
It's very mysterious looking.
On my socials, as the kids say. You got all the socials? What's the newest thing? What do we got? Insta Snap or something like that? Chit Chat? What do we have? What are the kids using today, Walker?
It's just the usual things.
What's the most popular? Is it Insta or is it TikTok?
Instagram.
Instagram
Reels.
is king for the kids.
Yeah, I mean more for kids.
The gram
that and TikTok
is what
Snapchat's
we call it.
still there, but going away a little bit.
The gram.
TikTok is fading?
No, Snapchat.
Snapchat is fading.
Snapchat's a little fading. Maybe that's just me getting.
And Facebook is where your parents hang out, right?
Well, Facebook is Instagram, so it's technically the same thing.
It's owned by the same company.
Yeah. Oh, but it is a different app.
It's a different app.
Yeah,
but like if you post something on Facebook, it automatically puts it on both.
You kids, man.
It shoots you over to the gram. Are you up on the lingo?
Come on, man.
Come on.
No, I'm not up on the lingo. They got these kids telling Russell, you got to be on TikTok, man. You got to be on Instagram. It's a great way to promote your show, man. You got to be on TikTok, dude. I'm like, no, I don't.
You don't post, but technically you are on TikTok.
TikTok is the best place for you to get those videos.
If I'm not looking at it, I'm not on TikTok. I don't know. Like I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I'm not pretending that I'm better than it. I guess I kind of am condescending to Walker's generation, but I'm a phone addict. I spend way too much time.
You like getting your dopamine hit?
I was putting in some time last night. I don't even remember what I was watching. That's how stupid it is. It's just Karl Marx said religion is the opiate of the masses. Like he had no idea. Like these phones are everybody's just zombies.
Just zoned out.
I saw this video of these kids taking over like a gas station parking lot in Gatlinburg.
Yeah, slammed down.
You
enough.
see that? Yeah,
yeah.
They're
The
just
cops
like
shut them down.
They're like zombie. Like they've all just got their phone out, just pointing it, filming.
I do hate that.
We're phone zombies. TikTok. I mean, it's bad. I mean, you go to concerts now. It's all you see. I mean, people don't live in the moment anymore. They're always staring at their phones. Like at Oasis, I turned my phone off. Like I videoed like when they were coming for about a minute and a half. But once they got out there, I turned my phone off and powered it down, put it in my pocket.
I know that had to be hard for you.
It is.
You're
I love my
like
phone.
a ghost arm, like reaching for that thing.
Yeah.
How many times do you reach like every 2 minutes? Oh yeah, it's off. Oh yeah.
No, I really didn't because I didn't want to power it on because the other part of the story was I didn't have a lot of a charge and I didn't want to
be like at the mercy of the world. No phone. I'm in LA with no phone.
Well, I really had no idea where I parked my car.
That would be tough.
And my phone was
That's not
I
good.
mean, first time
Bear in another
That's not
state
good.
with no phone.
Yeah, I
and
was
no
like,
direction home. Just wandering around. Hey man, do you know where I'm supposed to be?
Well, it's like some random parking garage in Old Town Pasadena, and I'm like 4 miles away. I have no idea. I can't even remember what I had for lunch today. It's 4:15, Russ. You think I'm remembering 4 hours later where I parked?
It's pretty
You wouldn't be able
expensive
to do
mistake.
it either.
You want to forget where your car is.
Magic Mike says, I'd take Eli Drinkafifth at Florida every day of the week.
Go Gator.
Really?
Saw some Jed Fish in
Yeah,
Florida in the
I don't
chat.
know if I can go there with Magic
I
Mike.
feel like, and I could be wrong. Maybe I will roost the day I said whatever I'm about to say, but like I just feel like Eli would be a much better fit at Auburn than Florida. I don't know why. I don't see him surviving at Florida.
And the fans would chew him up and spit him
It
out unless
takes
he
a
won.
special breed of dude like Kiffin. Like you got to have some chutzpah to be the head coach of the
Spurrier,
Florida
Meyer.
Gators. Yeah.
I'm not even positive Kiffin could do it. I mean, he might flame out. He hadn't
What
been-
is it about that job where you got to be an SOB to win
because
there?
you have to have incredibly thick skin, be borderline sociopathic. You just don't care
Why?
what people say about you
Like,
because
are
it's
there
like the third plane of hell down there in Gainesville. I mean, they throw urine on people. Those people are animals. There's no reasoning with them, and I mean, they've got all the expectations of Alabama without the history.
The expectations of Alabama without the history. I love it.
And they're a bunch of mouth breathing. I mean, they're like successful Kentucky in football. Jort wearing, meth
Successful. What
rednecks.
does that mean? Successful Kentucky. Oh, like
In football, yeah, like
they've
have
got the
one.
culture of Kentucky with more wins.
Yeah, like they're fans. Very similar. They're the kind of people that wear blue jean shorts with belts with their shirts tucked in.
Let's take a quick break. You're listening to The Drive, Fan Run Radio. Coming up, a man who doesn't own jorts. He lives in Los Angeles. He's quite fashionable. Aaron Torres. We go way back here on The Drive. Aaron Torres online, Fox Sports Radio, national host, set to join us when we continue to talk all things college football right here on Fan Run Radio. Back with more right after this.
The Drive. Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Knoxville, get ready. The Big Sports Show is coming Saturday, November 8th at the World Exposition Hall. Meet your favorite sports stars, Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, baseball greats Wade Boggs, Dwight Gooden, and Jose Canseco, plus UT legends Shamiqua Holtzclaw, Carl Pickens, and many more. Autographs, photos, and memories you'll never forget all in one huge day. Tickets on sale. Get yours now at BigSportsShow.com. That's BigSportsShow.com. The Big Sports Show, Saturday, November 8th, Knoxville. Don't miss it.
Citizens National Bank.
We believe a good game plan is essential for success. With a CNB Plus Perks checking account, you'll save money with cell phone protection, roadside assistance, identity theft protection, and more. banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury. These are just some of the curveballs life can throw at you. Fortunately, East Tennessee has someone to help you work through these problems and recover. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you're in need of legal advice, call today to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. 865-801-9250. As always, the phone call is free, the advice is free, so what do you have to lose? Call 865-801-9250 or go online to jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on.
Are you tired of waiting on interest rates to drop before you start saving money? I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, and I've got a better way. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, most of your payment goes straight to interest, not your balance. But with my Smart Loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, my clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Call me today at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com and let's turn your income into financial freedom. NMLS number 332941.
Good afternoon. Busy right where you would expect, especially trying to get through downtown on 40 West here at 17th Street. It remains stop and go now. Broadway through Fountain City, just heavy at times.
Rainy Tuesday here in East Tennessee. I'm Russell Smith alongside Bear and Walker doing the thing on a Tuesday afternoon. And Aaron Torres online, Fox Sports Radio national host, joining us on the phone. Good afternoon, Aaron. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Russ. What's going on with you, buddy?
Oh, not much, man. Just trying to get ready for the Hogs. We got Bobby Petrino riding his Harley up into East Tennessee this weekend. I don't know if he's going to have the neck brace on, but it's going to be a whole scene, man.
It's going to be a scene. You know, I don't know how many people know this. Arkansas has the number 1 offense in the SEC. And, I mean, they could easily be 4-1 right now. And so, you know, it's funny, obviously, you know, around this time of the week, you start to, you know, I think you start to look ahead really on Monday or even Sunday, but you know, I start to kind of finalize my thoughts on this weekend. And the one thing I do think is I don't think talent has actually been as much of an issue with Arkansas as much as I just think, frankly, poor coaching, especially on defense. And I think it'll be interesting. I don't think they're going to Knoxville and winning, but I think if you can just clean up some things on defense, all of a sudden you're a much more potent team going forward. So I expect an interesting game in Knoxville on Saturday. And I expect at the very least Arkansas to just look much more buttoned up than they have through the first 5 games of their season.
No, I agree. I thought the 13.5-point line was eyebrow raising when that came out, which is coincidentally the same opening line as it was last year when Arkansas won down there. So, I mean, just the element of the unknown. It's kind of like what Penn State ran into last weekend against UCLA, where it's like, what's this Neuheisel guy going to do? And I don't think they did much, but Penn State clearly wasn't ready for it. And, man, what a massive win for Nico Iamaleava and the Bruins.
I mean, can we listen? And this is not a criticism of Russell Smith. I think Jerry Neuheisel's getting a little too much credit here. Okay, I mean, I think that it was more. Penn State lost a crushing game in the most crushing manner possible in a season where they told us natty or bust. They came out completely flat. And the one thing about Nico that we've known from the beginning is there is talent. I mean, there is a reason that he was so prioritized coming out of high school. I don't think he's ever really put it together. And, I don't know if he put it together for the rest of his life or if it was just for one day. But, I will give him credit. I thought, he not only did he look good, but, I think I'm speaking to an audience that knows what his reputation was and maybe is. California volleyball player, a little bit soft. I mean, there were a few plays where he kind of threw his shoulder down, and I don't know if run a guy over is the right way to say it, but didn't go down without a fight. And so I'll give, if I was power rating the reasons that UCLA won that game and Penn State lost, like Jerry Neuheisel, great story, dad's watching in studio, all that. I think it's Penn State coming out a little bit flat. I think it's frankly, I do think it was a little bit of Penn State being out coached, and I think it was a lot Nico. I mean, I said this the other day. I think it's fair to criticize a lot of things about his past, how he ended up at UCLA, but that game he played on Saturday was about as good of a game as I've seen from a quarterback all year. Now, again, to your point, is that replicable over the last 7 games of the season? I'm doubtful. But I got to give him credit, and I do think Jerry Neuheisel is getting a little too much credit for maybe the success of the team last week.
Hey, Aaron, would Ed Ogeron be worth a gamble for UCLA at this point? Guys had experience in that market at USC, has a national championship ring, all that stuff. We know the other side of Ed Ogeron. The guy's a stark raving lunatic. But at this point, if you're UCLA, do you have anything else to lose?
Well, so to answer your question, no. I always wondered kind of in this world that we're getting into with GMs, every team's got a GM, why nobody has reached out to Coach O about that type of role. I think the thing with Coach O, it's pretty obvious. It's not just about NIL and can you raise enough money. I think what it's about with Coach O is you have to spend a lot of money on the staff around him. And you look at the success that Joe Brady has had, since he left Coach O, but also the success that he had under Coach O and the way that whole offense completely fell apart when he left and the defense fell apart when Dave Aranda left. So, to me, I think that's the big thing about Coach O is I think everybody talks about, and at a place like UCLA where, I think they could get the funding being in the Big Ten. I think, we all think it's about, do you have the money to put together a competitive roster? I think to me it's more, even if Coach O is getting a little bit of a discount as a head coach, I mean, you still have to put elite offensive and defensive coordinators around him. So I think he's an interesting name, and clearly he's made it very well known that he wants to get back into coaching. I don't know even at UCLA that he would necessarily be my first call just because, like I said, I think the circumstances really have to break really well for Coach O, and I don't know that he would be necessarily my first call.
So who would be your first call?
Well, I'll tell you, you're going to think I'm crazy. This would just be a conversation. The conversation since Saturday has been James Franklin should try to find an exit strategy from Penn State. I'm just saying, and by the way, I don't even know, now in the moment, UCLA fans are like, there's no way we just beat them. But it's like, listen, James Franklin, you guys saw it firsthand in that state. Like, he isn't a terrible coach. No. But it does feel like it's kind of, like if it's not going to happen this year, it's hard to see a scenario. where it ever happens again. Now the question becomes, what jobs are going to open? What jobs would James Franklin leave for? And by the way, the answer may be none, but the thing that I keep going back to is that is a man that has not been afraid to flirt with other jobs when things go sideways. He's done it with USC. He actually did it with LSU when Coach O left. So I think if Florida opens, he's going to be a name that gets pushed there. Is he a real candidate or not? I don't know. But if I'm UCLA, it's like, hey, dude, we heard how bad you want to come to LA, coach at USC. Come down the street. And I'll say this, too, and I know I'm going long. I'll try to cut myself off here, Russ. But I think the conversations about UCLA and kind of needing to have somebody in the city that creates excitement, I think that is absolutely true. I lived here. You go back and look at the Chip Kelly era, it actually wasn't that bad. I think the last 2 or 3 years they won 8-9 games, something like that. But Chip just did not want to do anything that was not coaching football. And it's like you can't do that anywhere, I think, in college football now, but especially in LA at UCLA. That would be the call. Would he actually pick it up? I don't know. But I do think the conversation about James Franklin may be starting to consider looking for other jobs outside of Penn State. I think that conversation is fair. It's just which jobs would he actually be interested in?
Yeah, and from my perspective, we visit with Aaron Torres this afternoon on the show. Like, if you're Penn State, and I know you are sick of, like, that's got to be a weird thing to have a guy that just wins 10 games when he rolls out of bed, but damn it, he can't win the big one. Are you serious? Like, you got to take a couple of steps back. Like, getting over a loss to UCLA is going to take a while. And look at it. Are you seriously looking to move on from this guy? Because it does seem like you could do a whole lot worse. You consider everything that program's been through the last 15 years.
Well, and that's, because I had a buddy last night who, he follows college football, but, he's not diehard. And he's like, and we're talking about texting about James Franklin, and he's like, I don't understand how that guy hasn't been fired. And, like, I love my buddy, not the biggest college. And I said, well, he hasn't been fired because he's a good coach. I don't know if he can. And to be clear, like, I keep, and this is, I'm not trying to criticize, but, on these national shows that don't cover college football, it's like, is James Franklin going to? No, James Franklin is not going to be fired, and nor should he be fired. He wins 75% of his games. So, like, if a move were made, I certainly don't think it would be from Penn State. I think Penn State kind of whatever. But I also think that they kind of understand that, maybe there is an artificial ceiling and maybe we will never get over that final hump with him as the head coach. And I think that's where it gets interesting is I don't think the school would ever make a move. I think a certain fan base understands how good they have it. I just think that there's also a percentage of people that are, and certainly from James Franklin's perspective, I think he can look at it and say, do I need a fresh start elsewhere? So to be clear, and one last thing on Penn State, I give their fans credit, and I'll say this, Russ, I remember saying this about Tennessee fans years ago, is when you guys were going through the Jeremy Pruitt stuff, and people were like, Tennessee fans need to be real. And it's like, Tennessee fans, I always thought were realistic. It was just, we might not be Alabama at the peak of Saban, but we don't have to be this bad. And where I'm bringing it full circle is I actually think Penn State fans have actually been very realistic with him of there's basically 1.5 programs that we can't get over, Ohio State and Michigan, when they're really good. And so I know I'm rambling, so I'll cut myself off, but I actually don't think it's Penn State's administration that wants him out. I just think that there is a perception that he can't and maybe never will get over the hump if he can't this season. And I think that's a fair perception to have.
Aaron, 2 other things I want to hit you with. We'll let you out of here. The Red River Shootout in Dallas. Lots of narrative here this weekend. It sounds like John Mateer might actually play. On the other side, Arch Manning desperately needs to show that fan base something. Preseason number 1, now unranked. And Sooners fans would love to add to the Longhorns' misery. How big is this moment for Steve Sarkisian in Texas?
I mean, it's big. It's just you're going up against what I believe is the best defense in college football. And by the way, I say it like it's some bold take. I think they're number one or number two in literally every category that matters. I mean, Venables is another one. Like, for all the criticism, no one's ever questioned the man's ability to put together a competitive defense and a great defense. And, you know, it's funny, the day Mateer got hurt, it's like, oh, this is crippling. I'm like, I don't know. The defense is so good. I really actually don't know how much it's going to matter. Let me ask you, Russ, because I put this out and I actually got more pushback than I thought that I would. I understand that we live in this world of, you know, you're paying players a lot of money. It's either put up or shut up, either perform or get out. I do think there is something to benching a guy with the last name Manning. That's just, it's like, it's different. It's different than even benching a guy with the last name Ewers or Ty Simpson or whatever, where it's like, I think you got to be certain that not only is he not the guy, but that he'll never be the guy. Because I don't know, it's just, and you know, you guys covered him for years. I know you didn't cover him. You know, you're a young strapping guy that's way too young to have covered a Manning. But I just bring it up because, like, this isn't to me just, oh, you just go to the next guy if Arch isn't good enough. I think it's a really tricky kind of, for lack of a better term, political situation. And I was actually surprised by how many people were just like, if he's not good enough, send him to the portal. And I just think, I think with Arch, it's a little bit more complicated than that.
Yeah, there's definitely other stuff at play when you have a Manning, and just who could have predicted like that it wouldn't work out, and I don't think it's done like it, but it hasn't worked out yet. And there's some question. We all just assumed that he would be fantastic, and he hasn't been. Speaking of things that have not been fantastic, Aaron, Hulu says they will that more. Hulu has canceled the release of the North Carolina Bill Belichick behind the scenes project. This footage is out there somewhere. It's in the cloud.
Think somebody will ever get to look at it?
I would hope so. I mean, I don't know. They're shelving the project. I mean, you talk about a disaster. And I don't think anybody saw the Arch Manning thing being as slow to take off as it has been. I don't think in our wildest dreams, you might not have thought Belichick would be a good fit for the college game, but good Lord, man, that is a train wreck.
Yeah, by the way, great point by you and Bear. All the Nigerian princes out there that are trying to steal my credit card information, can you go get the footage of whatever the heck has been going on in Chapel Hill for the last 5 weeks or 5 months or whatever? So a couple things. One, I was very much in the camp of Belichick won't be awful. Like, my whole thing was greatest defensive mind ever. Worst case scenario, it's like 8-4 with a boring defense, a boring offense, but an elite defense. Like I'll say this: I did see the world where Arch just wasn't good. I did not see the world where North Carolina is maybe the worst power. I don't know if they're the worst Power 4 team. I haven't thought that much about it, but they're really bad. And, the thing that's striking to me, the defense, I mean, they gave up 34 to UCF. I actually thought Dabo kind of called off the dogs last week. I think Dabo's got, a great deal of respect for Belichick. And I think it was 31-0 after the first possession of the second quarter. And the final score was like 38-7 or something like that. So I just bring it up because this was one I did not see, man. Like I said, I thought they'd be respectable, bad conference, whatever. It's been a train wreck. I'll just say this really quick. I talked about it on my show today. Encourage everybody to check it out. It's pinned on my YouTube. It's pinned on my Twitter feed, Aaron_Torres. There was a really damning report by one of the local outlets there just about really what a train wreck it is, and really just he's not holding anybody accountable. The coaching staff is kind of aloof, and it's like, it's like the Mark Jackson meme. It's like, what happened in the game that I love? Like, what happened in the Bill Belichick that I love? Because, it just sounds like it's a lot more chaotic there than it, probably about as chaotic as people think. But I was one that very much did not see the world where they would just be awful. I thought, again, they'd be respectable, maybe not great. But this thing is a train wreck, and it's way worse than I could have imagined.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty wild. You almost wonder if maybe there's just some sort of mutual parting of the ways. It's just like, hey, this ain't working out for either of us. Because he doesn't seem happy.
He doesn't seem happy. I'll be quick. I forget because I haven't looked into this in a while. I know there was talk of his son being coach in waiting. I would have to assume there's some sort of clause where it's like, if he's out after 1 year, it can't just be he comes there, they go 2-10, they're terrible, and his son gets to just take over. So that part I don't know, but that's the other part is like, does he stay? And again, I think I was under the impression that his son is like literally the official coach in waiting, but I would have to imagine that I would hope, somehow protected themselves in case of a situation like this, even if once again none of us could have necessarily seen this coming.
I mean, how could you? I mean, it's Bill Belichick. I can't remember how old he is, but the whole Jordan, his 23-year-old girlfriend, whatever's going on there, and they've just looked absolutely abysmal. I mean, They got blown away Saturday.
It wasn't even competitive. You forget because Clemson was 1-3 coming into that game. Like, they were not. It was worse than you thought. They could have lost to Troy. They could have been 0-4. So it's wild, man. Yeah, no. Like I said, I could have seen the world where Arch Manning wasn't good. Didn't play last year when Ewers was struggling. When he did play, he didn't look that good. I'll be honest. I didn't see this at all from North Carolina. Maybe I should have. Last couple of years in New England were kind of weird, but and by the way, I'll say this real quick. I think we now know why Belichick was never a serious candidate for any of these head coaching jobs in the NFL, because that was a big topic of like, somebody couldn't use Belichick. Yeah, apparently there's a reason nobody wanted Belichick for any of these coaching vacancies in the NFL that opened up the last few years.
Yeah, it's Tom Brady wasn't coming with him.
God, wonder what Brady's think about all this as he sits back managing his soccer team or whatever he's doing these days. Hey, yeah, the Raiders. Aaron, always appreciate it, my man. He's at Aaron_Torres on your socials, and he does a great college football podcast. You hear him weekends here on Fox Sports Knoxville. He's all over the place. Aaron Torres, thanks so much.
My guys, always appreciate you, and be Rick Barnes season soon, people. Cannot wait.
Yes, sir. It's going to be fantastic.
Talk about a guy that never lets you down, Rick Barnes.
Oh, why you got to be like that, AT?
No.
You firing a shot on the way out?
No, I'm the exact opposite. No matter like how you look on, I guess I can see how you perceive that way. No, dude, like every year I look at the roster and I'm like, I don't know. They lost Chaz Lanier, they lost Dalton Connect, and then it's January 11th and they're 21-1, and I'm like, oh, Rick Barnes is effing good at his job. I almost said the full word. No, I wasn't being sarcastic when I said that. I actually sincerely meant like I have been so impressed in this era, year over year. It doesn't matter who he loses. The team is just always awesome.
90% of the time, he doesn't let us down.
Well, and I mean, listen, the reputation of, NCAA tournament, back-to-back Elite Eights, forgive him. He lost to freaking Houston and Purdue in the Elite Eight as a 2-seed. Like,
thank you.
Oh, a 2-seed lost to a 1-seed in the Elite Eight. Wow. What? Can't get the job done. Oh, maybe there's other good teams. Other teams are allowed to be good too, And by the way, I don't think Tennessee fans are like that, but I think, there's certain other fan bases that behave in a certain manner. So
this is the year. This is the year, Aaron. Yep. Nate Ament is the man to lead us to the promised land. Hey, Aaron, now you got to run, man. Thanks so much. Appreciate you.
Felix Okpara.
Yes.
Felix Okpara season. All right, guys. We'll talk soon, all right? Take care.
Aaron Torres, one more time on the program. Oh, I just have my guard up a little. It sounds like something like one of an online troll would say, like, all right, Rick Barnes never let you down.
No, I think he was saying sincerely because he really doesn't ever. I mean, I know we all want a Final Four badly, but me and you both, we've talked about it numerous times, Russ. We remember the dark days of Tennessee basketball.
Oh, yeah.
I remember 10-year-old Russ loved Tennessee basketball as much as anything, and
I've got all these. Houston. I've got a game program from my first ever game that I went to at the arena.
Was Don DeVoe the coach?
1987 against Furman. My dad went to Furman, so like we went to the game.
Yeah.
And I don't remember much about going. I just remember the smell of the popcorn and just how impossibly huge that arena seemed to like a 7-year-old.
Yeah, he's your little guy.
But I've got the program. They back in those days they had, I think they did like a full, it wasn't now like, I don't even know if they have programs anymore, but lately it was like a season thing. It was the same thing for the whole season.
Right.
And they had like a specific
one for each
program.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a moneymaker.
Freaking Furman game.
Who was on the cover?
Man, I've got it at home.
Check it out.
It's like,
if you remember tonight,
maybe Clarence Swearingen or Ronnie Reese, somebody like that.
From the past. Swearingen, I love Clarence Swearingen. He's good. DeVoe did less with more back then. We had some talent in the 80s. We had a lot of talent.
Some good players.
Yeah.
But that's what, I mean, we ran him out of there because he did less with more, as you put it. And then what happened?
He hired Wade Houston and get his kid.
Who did less with more than Wade Houston?
That's
had a like perennial All-Pro in his bloodline.
I don't know. You could make the argument that Uncle Jed, cousin or Jerry Green.
At least he made the tournament. Uncle Jed won an SEC championship.
Uncle Jed should have gone to at least one, if not two, Final Fours. That's some of the most talented.
People will probably say the same thing about Barnes.
His career's not done yet. He's still writing his story, buddy.
Isn't it weird how Jerry Green never coached again? Like, what happened to that guy?
Everybody figured out he
didn't do TV. He didn't go sit on somebody's bench and just be an assistant. He didn't go coach at another school. He disappeared.
He's retired, I guess. How old was he back then? Is he still alive?
Yeah. I mean, if he's died, it didn't make news.
So,
Jerry Green.
Speaking of which, real quick, we got to throw some prayers up for the Queen, Dolly.
Oh, no.
She's her sister tweeted out that she's having some health concerns right now. God save the Queen.
According to Wikipedia, I guess he's still alive.
Okay. We didn't want to kill Jerry. I thought I wanted to when some of those games he lost us.
It says that he was the director of basketball ops at Indiana, but has since retired.
Maybe that's why they've sucked so bad.
It's awful, man.
It is, but
it's
it's true. I'm telling the truth.
What are you doing?
Do you go look at me with a straight face and say that he didn't have just as much talent during his 4 years here? He had
as much as Barnes has had the last 4 years.
I'm not going. I didn't say Barnes, but he definitely had. You know,
who's had more talent the last Barnes the last 4 years or Jerry Green? His 4 years.
Barnes. I mean, Barnes got guys he's putting in. But part of it is Barnes brought him in and developed him into NBA players.
I mean, Jerry Green went to a Sweet 16.
Yeah. He blew it against Carolina.
Quick timeout. The drive continues. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive. Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, and so is Garage Beer. And this week we're out for both Friday afternoon at Trailhead Beer Market. Join Fan Run Radio for a special live broadcast of The Drive this Friday from 3 to 6 at Trailhead Beer Market in South Knoxville, presented by Garage Beer. We'll be giving away 4 passes to the Tailgating for a Cause tailgate party in Circle Park, complete with food, beverages, and TVs for early game watching. One lucky Fan Run listener will win the passes, plus a Garage Beer tailgate prize pack, including a retro tailgate folding chair, shirts, hats, koozies, sunglasses, and more. Registration begins at 3 p.m. with the drawing at 6 this Friday at Trailhead Beer Market, 1317 Island Home Avenue. Come get ready to roast the hogs on a football Friday at Trailhead Beer Market, presented by Garage Beer. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed, 100% beer-flavored beer.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high-speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted overhead door company. Contact them anytime for a free estimate at 865-933-5319 or online at merrittgaragedoor.com.
Hi, I'm Jessica Lodgen, one of the hygienists here at Knoxville Smiles. If your children are having sleep or behavioral issues, we have things we can do in modern dentistry that can help not just with their dental health, but also their overall health. Early intervention is the key for younger patients and can avoid costly procedures later in life. If you'd like to learn more, give us a call here at the office and schedule an appointment. 865-539-1776. Or just book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Tired of waiting for the weekend or good weather to play around? From casual to committed, Back 9 Golf has got you covered. Open to the public and offering flexible membership opportunities, they offer 24/7 access to 5 different simulators, providing cutting-edge technology, instant swing feedback, fun mini games, and a wide variety of courses to choose from. Perfect for that solo round you want after work, or swing by with food and drinks for an afternoon with friends and family. No stressful tee times, no rain delays. It's Back 9 Golf your way. Book your tee time now at theback9golf.com.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Put the game on, baby. Let's go, balls. When they open up that tee, I feel like running through a wall. Put the game on, baby. Been having weird calls for another helmet smacking, tackling, checker, ball. Put the game on, baby.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. Big Orange Dave in the text box wants to know if we go dark mode this week.
No. It's a day game.
Yeah, I think you
Dark mode looks better at night.
You're just hoping that I guess Oklahoma's really the only chance we have because
Alabama's a night game. But that's
you're
down
not going to
there.
wear it
Yeah.
on the road.
No, that's true. I forgot that was down there in Tuscaloosa. Do you agree with the people that argue? Because I'm one of these people. I think that Tennessee, Alabama, they should both, regardless of whether it's here at Neyland, in Knoxville, or in Tuscaloosa, they should both wear their home uniforms.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think that would be cool. I feel like the story was that Kiffin wanted to do that, and Saban said no.
That tracks.
I don't know why he would say no, but
because he's a miserable human being. One more reason I can't stand him.
Oh man, the hatred
never die out. It's the eternal flame of hatred.
Just
for him
the eternal flame of hatred.
Yeah, there's a few people that burns for.
When you die, would you like a memorial, like a flame, the eternal flame of hatred
for Alabama?
No, just for you, just with the
I'm a pretty loving
with maybe
guy.
a pillar with the list of awesome things Bear hates above it. He took it to the grave with him. The flame will burn on.
Sounds like we have to do the last dance ritual with the fire
To signify the flame is symbolic of the man's hatred. He hated so much. Does Nick Saban belong on the list of awesome things Bear hates?
I get irritated about this thing a lot. You put him on there, and I swear to God, I'll walk out anytime you do it.
So what is
man.
it? You don't hate him, or he's not awesome?
We cover the University.
It's clear that
Tennessee.
he hates him.
Yeah. Oh, I hate him with a white hot passion, but he doesn't qualify because he's not awesome.
If Nick Saban said today, he just went on ESPN. It's like, you know what? This whole retirement thing, it's just not suiting me. I'd like to coach again. And the only place I will consider coaching is at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. I've always loved the orange, Neyland Stadium, Rocky Top. It's in my it's what I want. Would you? What do you mean? No. What do you mean? No, he's the best coach in the history of the game.
Damn, I'm loyal, and Hype Daddy brought us back from irrelevance. I don't turn my back on my boys that way. On my buddies, on the guys on our team. You just turn your so that's the thing about you, Russ, and that's it.
I don't like your
nutshell, is that you are such a it's so transactional with you. It's very transactional.
You don't think Josh Heupel, like there's not a handful. You think Josh Heupel's so loyal. He just loves the Vols so much. You don't think there's a job out there that he would love to go have?
I don't know. The fellow looks pretty happy where he's at right now. I know that.
Walker, would you push Josh Heupel in front of an oncoming train to hire Nick Saban today?
I do like winning. Winning is fun.
So that's a yes?
That's my answer.
You're both morally bankrupt.
I just said I love
winning. And, you just completely
all the things you said about Nick Saban.
I love winning.
Stay with us. Hour number 3 of The Drive coming up next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Dick's House of Sport at West Town Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronaknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronaknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Carter High School's Brody Sparks. The Hornets quarterback completed 14 of 17 passes for 223 yards and 2 touchdowns, and also had 7 carries for 51 yards and 3 more touchdowns in Carter's 49-6 win over Fulton last week. Carter High School's Brody Sparks, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com. It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Tuesday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a spectacular day. We have much to catch up on. Walker Smith is here. He's got the top 5 at 5. Walker, hit it.
Thank you. At number 1, ESPN released their first college basketball preseason poll this afternoon. Rick Barnes and Tennessee are ranked 18th in the country with a projected starting lineup of Gillespie, Abram, Ament, Phillips, and Okpara. They are ahead of Alabama at 19 and behind Auburn at 17. Florida is the highest-ranked SEC team at number 2.
Is this the coaches poll?
It was just ESPN's. It's not the AP or the
It's
coaches.
just like
It's just
one guy or like all the writers?
I didn't look at the byline, but I'll find that. It's just ESPN's group of people.
Oh, I see. Is maybe Jeff Borzello, ESPN?
Yeah, Jeff
I mean, he's
Borzello.
good. Yeah,
Put him on the list.
What?
18's not a bad starting spot.
That's completely disrespectful to Rick Barnes' program. Look who they've got in front of us.
Okay, yeah, who?
They've got Louisville, or not Louisville.
They have Auburn in front of us.
They do have Louisville in front of them. They've got
Illinois,
Illinois,
Iowa State.
Hey, here's the thing. Can you name any players on any of these teams?
I sure can.
Who?
Nate Ament.
On any of these other teams besides. Can you name a college basketball player that doesn't play for Tennessee?
Yeah, Boozer at Duke.
Which one?
Okay.
I can't remember.
No,
One of
I'm
his
impressed.
boys.
I'm impressed. You got one. The sport's just become so transient now. Like I don't know what everybody else has. So you tell me that if you're not ranking Tennessee, I would say, well, that's kind of odd. But
I can name a lot more than that. I mean, you got Tomba at St. John's, you got B.J. Edwards at SMU, Blue Canes at Georgia, Boogie Fland and Alex Condon at Florida.
Wow,
that's good.
That's impressive.
That is good.
I can't remember the other couple. What's the 8-footer's name down there?
Oh, I don't know.
I wonder if he's going to play.
Yeah, I don't know that they're counting. I don't know if
He's not listed as a
just like
starter
freak
right
show.
now.
But so was old boy from Purdue until he wasn't.
Zach Edey, or a different.
Yeah, but if they had refereed Zach Edey the way they should have, he's probably fouled out of every game.
It's just kind of a bummer, man, that what that sport has become. Just and Bob, if he were here, he would know everybody, right? But I look at, like, here's Arkansas's projected starting lineup. Darius Acuff Jr., DJ Wagner, Carter Knox, Trevor Brazile, Malik Ewan. I don't know. I mean, like, three of those
Wagner's
guys
the only
played.
one I
Yeah,
recognize.
they played there last year. Brazil's been there forever, but
Acuff's a high recruit.
Just all these guys, you don't know. You don't know any of them.
Oh, that was one that Arkansas was in front of us too.
Are they?
Yeah.
Arkansas,
maybe a little
is-
disrespectful.
Yeah, they're 12.
Maybe a
I
little
mean, I
disrespectful.
went through the whole thing. I was the one who told him about it that it had come out.
That's true. He did.
I'd looked through it and I'd already gotten agreed.
That's true.
It is
No,
my
I was
right.
backing him up.
What are you mad about? Why are you yelling?
Fan,
We're just talking about
to
basketball.
be aggrieved.
Why are you so mad? This
I'm
is Jeff
so mad from
Borzello's
last
top
night.
25 poll.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Haven't even
It's
played a game.
completely irrelevant.
Borzello's a boob. Go ahead, the new guy. Sorry about that.
At number 2, Odell Beckham Jr. has accepted a 6-game suspension for violating the NFL's policy on performance-enhancing drugs,
Uh-oh.
delaying the star wide receiver's comeback attempt. The receiver, who is a free agent, said he failed a PED test last season while he was a member of the Dolphins, although Beckham insisted that he did not knowingly take any banned substance.
How old is he now?
Oh, he's mid-30s.
Area. I mean, wait, you're suspended. He doesn't play anymore.
But he's still like a pending free agent.
Must have spent up all his money.
Nobody's going to sign him.
He gave away all his money to that 2019 team down on the field at LSU. He needs money. Needs a job. Odell did not hire good financial advisors. Be working that drive-through at Burger King.
I mean, he was on Miami's roster last year for like half a season. He's just trying. But no, when receivers fall off, they fall off a cliff most of the time. And that's what's happened here.
Got to learn when to just go off into the, like an old,
get into coaching
tiger. Either that or just you go off like a lion. Just go somewhere and die.
What are you? What did you do during the break?
Talk to John and Cody and the Talk Sports guys.
Smelling salts.
Did you take something?
No.
Are you feeling like he should go and die?
Metaphorically speaking, as an NFL player, you ain't got it anymore, ODB. I'm conflating Odell Beckham Jr. with Old Dirty, from.
I don't know what you're doing. There's a microphone in front of your mouth.
I know there's a microphone.
Right now.
I know you can't.
This is
I absolutely know you can't.
People.
Hey, this is bizarre. They
Yes,
suspended him 6 games. The guy doesn't play football anymore.
Yeah, but if a team picked him up, he would have to suspend.
That's what I'm saying. This is stupid. Who's going to pick him up?
Probably no one.
I nobody's doing this guy a favor by letting him think that he's got a shot at it. You're old. Go away. You're done.
If Joe Flacco is still starting NFL games, I'll believe anything. Anyone can start at any age.
Much different.
Walker, please continue.
At number 3, Deion Sanders revealed his latest health update today and said he will undergo a procedure for blood clots. He said he hopes to return to Colorado practice on Wednesday. During his press conference, Sanders revealed the procedure will last 4 hours.
Oh my God!
However, he expects not to miss any practice time.
What are they? I mean, are they cutting another piece of him off? Or
I'm not a huge Deion fan, but
this is awful.
I wish the guy health. I mean, if you're having a 4-hour medical procedure for blood clots, which everybody knows is a serious medical condition, and your team's 2-4, you're 0-3 in your league, like you don't have a good team. I don't know, man. Like maybe just take the rest of the season off and recalibrate. He says he's going to have a 4-hour medical procedure and be back at practice this week. He's going to coach their next game.
I have no idea what the surgery is.
Safe.
I mean, who knows? Who knows what the surgery is? But that's pretty wild. At number 4, amid a 2-3 start to Bill Belichick's tenure at North Carolina, the team has scrapped plans for a documentary series chronicling the season with Hulu. The series, which was set to follow UNC throughout the entirety of the season, was actually UNC's second crack at a documentary of Belichick's inaugural college football season. But an earlier project with HBO's Hard Knocks was also scrapped over the summer.
So I was just scanning through, I believe this is the article that Aaron Torres referenced. It's at WRAL.com, where they have like anonymous players' parents saying that it's a toxic atmosphere, that, it's the players are sniping at each other in the locker rooms, like all the things you hear when a season goes wrong. Not usually what you hear during year one of any coach in any league, right? Year one, even when it's going poorly, well, we're changing the culture. We're establishing a new way of doing things. We've got to learn how to all that stuff you hear, all the stuff we've heard here before. You're not hearing that. It's like they've skipped all the way to the last season when the guy's getting fired, and you hear about all the infighting and so-and-so can't stand so-and-so and the coaches aren't getting all this stuff. I mean, that just seems like a complete disaster.
Complete disaster.
Well, it seems like a complete disaster because everyone gave a first-time college football head coach an expectation to go out and make the playoff or something or compete. That never happens with any guy. So I think just the name Bill Belichick has kind of made it seem like it's a lot bigger failure than it kind of is when you're rebuilding an entire program.
Yes or no, Bill Belichick will be back next season as head coach of the Tar Heels?
I'd say so, yeah. Unless it,
Fair.
I can't see it going horrible.
I was looking at the text box. Now I'm pissed more. Those people are mean in there.
At number,
I at this point, I kind of lean towards him not being there.
I just think that they'd eat so much money for that. And also, like, they have to deal with the Steve Belichick situation. Remember, like, because that's the whole theory is that he's on the staff to be the head coach after it, similar to old Stephen Pearl down at Auburn.
Yeah, but I mean,
you cannot do that at this point, man.
You can't, but, like, it's a lot of money and a lot of cones you're going to have to go around.
I guess in all honesty, it is surprising, like, how much ground, like, hard-fought ground the program made up, Drake May, and that they're seemingly just giving all that momentum and culture back just to get coached by Bill Belichick.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
And at number 5, a French TikToker became a viral sensation after he started posting social media clips wherein he spoofed injecting bystanders with an empty syringe around Paris.
Hilarious.
During a time when genuine fear of such attacks was at an all-time high. After being accused of, quote, violence with a weapon not resulting in work incapacity, the popular TikToker defended himself by claiming he never intended to hurt people and that he only copied the prank from other countries in order to promote himself. However, prosecutors showed that some of his victims were so traumatized by the sick prank that they had to be hospitalized for mental health assessments.
Oh, my God.
The TikToker was sentenced to 6 months in prison.
Did he poke anybody with a needle?
That's what it sounds like. Like he was fake injecting.
Dude.
Somebody should have shot him.
Yeah, you're going to get shot. You're at least going to catch hands. You poke me with a needle?
I mean, I can kind of get the mental part of it because, I mean, especially over in Europe, because you never know. There's some stuff if they it's Putin's favorite thing, polonium. Like there's absolutely nothing anybody on the planet, if you get injected with that, I mean, you're just going to die. It's going to take about, I think it's like 24, 48 hours.
Well, there's a lot of stuff like that. Like even if they're fake, there's nothing in them. If you accidentally inject air into somebody's bloodstream, it basically kills them.
I'm just poking anybody with a damn needle.
Dr. Walker over there.
I think that would be a hell of a shot to hit a blood vessel and inject air into it on a prank.
I did see a marathon video of just people scaring the living bejesus out of friends and family for Halloween, just like masks, like just elaborate pranks, just people being scared, like IRL scared and screaming.
Oh,
is
yeah,
hilarious. I also saw one where it was a bunch of wives playing a joke on their husband where they're drilling something. They've got the electric drill, and the guy's up on the ladder or something. He's holding something up, and the wife sticks her finger in her husband's back and then turns the drill on.
Oh my God!
And the guy always just freaks out, just screams, yells, falls off a ladder.
I saw that.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
good stuff. Tell you what else is good stuff. Knoxville Smiles. You got a toothache. You got something that's giving you problems, or maybe you just haven't been to the dentist for a minute. If any of these conditions describe you, then you need to do yourself a big favor and do what I do. Call Knoxville Smiles. You set up an appointment today. They're still cleaning teeth over there. They work late on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They're open till 7 p.m. For those of you with a busy schedule, you can't do it during the morning or during the early afternoon. KnoxvilleSmiles.com is where you're going to want to go to sign up. Or you can just call them at 865-539-6737. 1776 to set up your appointment, whether it's a routine dental cleaning or maybe you want to have your teeth whitened. That technology has come so far. They've got half off whitening at Knoxville Smiles, half off the price now through the end of the year with a routine dental cleaning. So you go ahead and get your teeth cleaned and ask them to hook it up on the whitening. Tell them you heard about it right here on Fan Run Radio. Again, that phone number, 865-539-1776, online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles. Third and final hour of the drive, raging through here on your drive home. Hope you're doing well. Do we still have Joshy Boy online?
We do.
Let's talk to old Joshy Boy. It's been a minute. JB, Jables, good afternoon,
what's
sir.
Up?
Yes.
What's up, W? How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Good. Where's Bob at today?
Lounging by the pool at the, what are we calling it? The Baskerville Cabana.
Baskerville Cabana.
Cabana.
Oh, nice. That's good. He deserves a day off.
Casa de Baskerville. Yes, it's a very luxurious estate.
So, guys, what are we thinking about this week against Arkansas? Are we worried, or you think we'll take care of business?
I'm always worried, Joshy Boy. I just prefer to worry about it because I hate finding myself in a tight game and like, I didn't even see this coming. I just want to tell myself that I always saw it coming. And then if we blow them out and there's nothing to worry about, I'm just pleasantly surprised and I get so happy. So, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about defensively. It's still like if they can fix things enough to just like make it hard for us to score in the red zone and they're scoring at their normal clip, guess what? We're going to be in a ball game.
Yeah, we are going to be in a ball game. And, guys, after seeing what Jacoby Thomas is doing at Miami so far this season, it'd be nice to have him on this team right now.
Oh, man. I mean, he might be the missing link. This team really could be just a safety and maybe a corner. You know, we've been unfortunate there at the injuries to McCoy and Gibson, but man.
And I feel like whenever Jermod comes back, I feel like, what do you guys think about moving McMurray to safety?
That's what people keep saying, moving him back to safety. I mean, I don't know enough about ball to know if like that seems like a really hard transition to make. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he can do it, but I don't know that you switch a guy position-wise like that right in the middle of a season. I think the thing that you like, if you're going to do something, you should have done it a month or so ago and move Boo back there.
Yeah.
They need to get Boo Carter on the field. Like, I understand if he's working through a punishment the first couple of games. He's been a knucklehead off season. We're 6 games in. We're halfway through now. Guys on the team.
He's one of the higher paid players. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean,
he's an athlete. Money. He's an athlete.
Yeah.
Joshy Boy.
Yeah. He definitely is.
He needs to be out there. Athletes don't belong on the sideline. Athletes belong on the field.
You know what happens? We don't have those 2 punting mistakes in Mississippi State game if he's in there.
He muffed one. He muffed one against Georgia, and did the next week too. Did he muff one against?
I don't know if he muffed one. I think there was a play where
he
did something very risky, like he snatched one and tried to take off running.
He flat muffed one against Georgia. Like we were very lucky to get back on it.
I think he muffed one against Mississippi State too, if I'm not mistaken. Or was that in that bye week in between, whatever game that was?
I'm blanking. Who did we play between after Georgia? That was
it was UAB.
He muffed one against UAB, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, he fumbled one.
Yeah, he lost that one.
Yeah, he lost that one. So I think he's just lost the coach's trust. But it'd be one thing if you put Staley in there and he caught it cleanly.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was the worst fumble of a punt. Like he's turned sideways. He's so unfundamentally sound. I think you just
That was
better.
Guys, I feel like Miami is the best team so far this season, given what they have on their resume. They beat a Notre Dame team week 1. They beat Florida State Saturday. And I feel like they're a little bit better than Ohio State. What do you guys think?
I'll be honest. I haven't seen much of Ohio State since they beat the brakes off us last year.
No, we're not going to see much of that.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching our game against Syracuse when they were playing Texas, and all I've seen is highlights. I would agree with you, Joshy boy. I kind of think Miami's the most impressive team I've seen so far.
They haven't gave up a red zone touchdown yet this season.
Ohio State hasn't?
Ohio State, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, they're loaded. We know that. They got players.
You guys think that I'm probably the only one that was for Nico and UCLA to beat Penn State Saturday?
No, not at all.
I doubt that.
I was kind of pulling for him.
I was a little bit.
I was as well. My hatred of James Franklin outweighs my bad feelings towards Nico and his old man.
Right.
Like, I don't hate those guys. Now, James Franklin, I hate him.
Guys, do we think if we're going 10-2 to end the season, do you think we're definitely a lock to make the playoffs? Because what if there is like 4 or 5 10-2 SEC teams?
We'll have to go through that information when we get there. But my gut feeling is if we go 10-2 and our losses are to Georgia and at Alabama, and we've beaten Oklahoma, we've beaten Florida
in the swamp.
Yeah. We've taken care of business elsewhere. I feel like we will have a pretty damn good resume. But so will those other teams. Like, you just know they will in this league now. So we'll have to go through it. I said all last year, you go 10-2, you're going to make it. And we did with some, it was a little sketchy there. I'm going to say the same thing again this year, Joshy boy. If we go 10-2, we'll make it.
I wonder how many teams in the conference can mathematically go 10-2.
I don't know. I feel like Ole Miss and Texas A&M may go undefeated. I don't know if they play each other this season or not, but they may have one loss. So I feel like you're going to have 2 one-loss teams, and you may have 2 or 3 two-loss teams. That could be a very well scenario. So if Notre Dame has 3 losses, that leaves another spot open. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Committee loves them some Notre Dame. Always has. Always will.
Guys, out the door after that Penn State loss, do you guys think James Franklin told the players to hit the shower? See ya.
Wow. If that was the reference, I think it was, Joshy boy. Let me just say, you're better than that. Not by much, but you're better than that. Joshy boy, stay with us. The Drive, Fan Run Radio. More of your phone calls. We'll read from the text box when we continue on this dreary Tuesday afternoon here in East Tennessee. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134 for directions and to look at the rest of the menu. Visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Ready to launch your career? Axel Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axel proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axel, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axel Logistics is the place to start your career.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Hi, I'm Bo Cregner with the Cregner Group at Realty Executives. You know, the real estate market, like all other markets impacted by the economy, is changing all the time. And it's never been more important to be personally represented by a trusted real estate specialist. I can't emphasize enough how important it is when selling or buying to be individually represented. Call me today for a free consultation. My number is 865-742-1035, and my website is BoKnowsHouses.com.
The Voluntary Reaction.
This football season, tune into Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all, The Voluntary Reaction, presented by the Griffin Law Firm. We'll be live on the Fan Run Radio app as soon as every UT game is over, taking your calls and breaking down the game to levels that can only be described as beyond scientific. So tune in and drink with us from the keg of glory or drown in the pool of despair. The Voluntary Reaction on Fan Run Radio.
The Voluntary Reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Good afternoon.
Burleson over at University Lending Group. If you're tired of waiting for interest rates to drop before you start saving money, call Chris. Find out much more about his smart loan strategy. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, your money goes straight to interest, not the balance. But with Chris's smart loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, Chris Burleson's clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Can you imagine? 7 years from now, no house payment? Call him today, 865-388-7634 to find out more, 388-7634, or just visit smartloantn.com and turn your income into financial freedom. Boy, man, I'm looking at the menu from El Gato Peligroso.
What is it? What's the...
So this is the food truck by Trailhead Beer Market where we're going to be Friday. Best burgers. I don't know, man. Like everybody has their best burger in town, preference, whatever. These are right up there, folks. Maybe best burger in the known universe. But so these are the burgers. They've got the Island Home, which I believe is what I had last time. White American smash burger, sliced Vidalia onion, homemade pickles, arugula, parsley, cotija.
I think
Kotija? What's Kotija?
That I can't. That's one of those things where I knew it at one time.
Whatever it is, it sounds good, right? I mean, it's Kotija. Put some Kotija on my burger. And sriracha aioli. So,
sounds like it's just a great burger.
I mean, that is amazing. And then they've got the Zeus burger, another white American smash burger, whipped feta and jalapeno spread, sliced tomato, house-made pickles, arugula, and
is that one
tzatziki
on it?
Is it tzatziki?
Tzatziki's kind of a Mediterranean sauce. Kotija is what I thought it was. It's a salty, crumbly Mexican cheese.
I mean, these burgers, like I'm for real. Like this is not me BSing. This stuff, you got to come have one. Come have one with us. Wash it down with a garage beer draft.
Great.
And sit out on the picnic tables amongst the fine people of South Knoxville with the cool air blowing, fall breeze, maybe a little quarter zip, maybe a little hoodie, something like that in case, I don't know. It's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Friday, high 71. So around dinner time, I bet it's going to be dipping into the 60s.
I've been going out on the porch at night. Like it's a little chilly out there at night. I like it.
That's my favorite. One of my is after this rain gets out of here, I think it's going to be like high of 71 for almost a week. That's perfect weather. Sun, not a cloud in the sky. Open the windows on your house. You're not a big open window guy, are you?
No, I like to control the climate in my house, like to the degree.
That tracks. Yeah.
I liked having open windows until I moved to Arizona. Then you don't open. You never open your windows.
Everybody just constantly running AC there, just 24/7.
Yeah. So what's the coolest it ever gets out there?
Like during the day or at night?
Period.
I mean, in the valley, it'll get to 40s. It'll get like high 40s in the middle of the night because it still gets cold out in the desert. But like during the day, the lowest we get is 50s, maybe in the morning. Never crazy. It's beautiful.
I remember going out there to visit when I was 14, and we stayed at like this small motel just on, like, we were out in the desert. We were going down to the Colorado River and the Grand Canyon.
Oh, you were okay.
And we're out in the desert, and we spend the night in like this small motel. And I'd never been anywhere before. Like I'd been to the beach. It was like the extent of my travel. It was just like a southeastern United States kid, and like just the feeling of like, I remember like walking along the road and like going into some like Indian shop with like knickknacks and stuff. I just feel like I feel like I'm on Mars.
That's what it looks like, the surface of Mars when you first fly over it.
Yeah, I did notice that when because I've never stopped out there. I mean, I flew into Phoenix, but just flying over everything out there, just how desolate everything
Such
was.
a neat place.
It's awesome. It. I mean, especially up by the Grand Canyon, the south side of the Grand Canyon.
Beautiful.
That area around Flagstaff, it's all like ski and evergreens. It's beautiful.
Alex on Twitter says, death, taxes, and Kentucky and Arkansas being ranked above Tennessee in preseason. I'll take my chances against those two with the Deacon.
That was the other thing that got me riled up before the show, that they were about that whole deal. They had both of them ranked.
I don't know. I thought the Saban thing, we can't even have the conversation. I thought you're going to blow a gasket, and people want to talk about that.
Well, I don't like disloyalty.
I mean, Russ, I feel like
you can't admit that Tom Brady is objectively great. And can you admit that Nick Saban objectively is?
When he wasn't playing on a level playing field with the rest of the schools in the country, he wasn't. There's photographic evidence and that's the reason they're so pissed now. It's because the playing field's level on paying these kids. They were giving away $50,000 muscle cards to every damn recruit down there and getting away with it.
You don't think he wasn't cheating at LSU? You don't think we weren't cheating when he was at LSU?
Not to the level.
No. They were always cheating more. So everybody who beats us, they're always cheating more.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. I said Alabama cheated and got away with it. What made it wrong is they never, ever got in trouble for it. And the evidence was out there because those kids would fan out all their money they were getting. Hell with Nick Saban. No, can't stand that guy.
Russ,
But you want to suck up to him, be my guest.
Feels like it's up to us to decide whether or not he's awesome or not.
Nah.
Well, I mean,
I really don't
like
care.
there's going to be more like he speaks for. I don't know if it's like a group of our, not just our fans, but other fans around that like have been terrorized by Nick Saban.
You think my opinion would be unpopular down in Auburn?
I didn't say it was unpopular.
People would say the same things about Bear Bryant, like he was cheating, more than everybody else was. And maybe they're right. Maybe they're like, oh, at the end of the day, the records are the records, and everybody has had the opportunity to cheat, and they did, or maybe they didn't with as success. I mean, like Auburn's maybe more corrupt than Alabama historically.
Yeah, but
imagine
Alabama
being that
didn't.
corrupt and never being able to usurp your
Big
in-state
brother.
rival. That's gotta sting. That's the place that Bear is coming from. Is like they're generally beat us. It stings.
It's not even about the beating us. It's about the rules weren't enforced the same for Alabama as they were for everybody else.
Well, they were caught numerous times in the 80s and 90s and punished to some degree, but Saban, for the most part, was allowed to skate. Bill on X says, wouldn't bother me to see the dark mode unis disappear forever. Hideous.
It's a bad take. They're awesome. They're just awesome uniforms.
I think I'm a traditionalist, probably in the mold of Bill. I would be fine with just speaking of Auburn, I was thinking about this watching them play the last time they played. I respect the commitment to like, we ain't changing. We ain't tweaking we got our home uniform and our road uniform, and we're not changing it. We're not putting a little thing on the helmet. We're not like tweaking a little stripe on the side. Like I kind of dig it, man. I kind of dig it. But as far as alternate uniforms go, I would agree that the dark mode ones are pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I would be
They're
fine
badass.
if we just we had our home uniform, our away uniform, and our dark mode uniform. And that's it. That covers all our bases.
Brad in La Follette makes me laugh a lot. Hello, Brad.
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
It's good to hear Walker back on the radio this week. I'm glad you're feeling better, bud.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Feels
that
feels good to be doing things again.
Absolutely. And herpes ain't nothing to fool around with. Be careful out there. Russ, I 100% agree with Bear on the Nick Saban take. They had a system down there. I mean, Nick Saban had players caught with firearms with serial numbers filed off, and all Nick Saban had to do was pick up the phone and get them off. So they had a system down there. The whole government was involved. Gumps.
So Nick Saban, how would you describe him? Just his coaching abilities. You don't think that he was any better than any of his other contemporaries? You think all his success was just due to his willingness and ability to skirt the rules to a degree that his rivals were not?
I think he's an awesome coach when he's got the best players. I mean, I could show you proof that when he didn't have the talent advantage, he was kind of mediocre. Look at his first year at Alabama and look at his entire NFL career. So
look at his record at Michigan State.
Well, yeah, you have to have the player. I mean, yeah, I don't think he's not arguing that. There's the famous quote about, Mal Moore camped out to hire him when he's with the Dolphins, and they're, in the plane leaving Miami to head to Tuscaloosa, and he says something to Mal Moore of the effect of, do you think I'm a great coach? Well, I'm nothing without my players. Yeah, I mean, that's football. The team with the best players wins generally.
Yeah. And I mean, he's still a good coach. I mean,
talent acquisition is always the key factor in deciding, what is a good program at any level of football. Always has been, always will be.
But Russ, if you were to make another list, not the list of awesome things that Bear hates, but just a list of coaches / sports personalities that Bear hates, how fast would that son of a gun fill up?
Oh, that's.
I mean, it would be much shorter just to list the ones that he doesn't hate.
Heupel, Barnes, Vitello, Coach K, Kim, Coach Caldwell.
I'll see you, boys.
Thank you, Brad. 865-966-3435. Your number to get on the show, 966-3435. If you want to chime in today on the program as we break things down, Tennessee getting ready to play Arkansas. Big game at Neyland Stadium in the 4:30 kickoff.
It's an exciting weekend. It's kind of. I mean, it's been a couple weeks. It'll be almost a month since Georgia. I think Rocky Top feels like they're ready for a big game again. They've recovered.
Oh, if recover is the right word. Like I don't know if you ever recover from something like that. It's the beauty of sports, man. You got all this scar tissue, all these wounds.
Recovered,
hopefully you have enough like great moments to like balance it out. Can you imagine just being like a Kentucky football fan and like your whole football fandom is just wounds? Oh, we won the CarQuest Bowl in 1992. Like
South Carolina. So you're describing.
Yeah.
Up until Spurrier got there. I mean, I went to thing there back in the like early 90s, and all they had up was that CarQuest Bowl appearance and George Rogers. I swear to God, that's their whole history. Steve Tannehill.
I loved Tannehill. Whatever happened did Connor Shaw pull through?
I don't know. I didn't see any more updates. Can you check on that for us?
Yeah.
I hope he's all right.
What happened?
Did we lose to him?
I think he might have gotten us once or twice. Yeah,
he's a pretty good quarterback.
Player. Yeah. Apparently he was at their game against Kentucky to fire up the crowd. So yeah, I guess he's okay.
Yeah. Seems to be good. Yeah, he was stable after he collapsed.
Is there being more news on crazy Mark Sanchez?
Nothing new.
Is he out of the hospital yet?
That's a good question.
Out of the hospital, into the slammer.
Somebody on a show. It was one of the national shows earlier today.
It's officially a felony charge.
Oh yeah. I mean, he stabbed the guy in the face. They were talking about how bad that come down must have been. You get all-time world's worst hangover. You've been stabbed multiple times by a senior citizen
in the hospital, realizing you don't have the option to go home.
No, you're getting arrested and your career's in flames. I think he was on something other than.
They're waiting for drug test results to come back.
That should be interesting. The drug I keep hearing bandied about by very irresponsible people.
No, I was like the drug you keep hearing. Like I've heard nothing bandied about.
What drug
you keep
did
hearing?
you
Like
I heard it on a national show that was on this station.
What did you hear?
That it was almost like he was on PCP or like angel dust.
Oh.
Going crazy. Who the hell gets drunk and attacks a senior citizen?
I think just
he's doing wind sprints in an alley, and he didn't like the way the guy parked.
Some excess of some more basic drugs that'll probably have you doing that.
I don't know too many that you can take a full shot of like pepper spray to the face and wipe that off and keep coming.
I love pepper spray.
It's very effective.
That's another YouTube rabbit hole you can go down to. It's just like
the King
police
Kong
walking
cans.
right up to protesters and just right in the face. Like they can't breathe. It's hysterical.
I'll tell you, Russell, if these are your favorite videos, you gotta these are all on TikTok you can find. Like you can just get a TikTok specifically to watch the body cam videos that you love and the judge videos. They're all there.
I mean, it's on YouTube. I've got enough, but I mean, it's a toss up between the taser vids and the pepper spray. Pepper spray is a good one, man.
The taser, I like it when they ride the lightning. The all-time great, that kid that's running through that front yard with his beer. Thinks he's going to get away, and then he rides the lightning face first into the grass.
Coming up, we're going to ride out the end of the show. Final segment. Speak now, forever hold your peace. 865-966-3435. Your number to hop on board with us. Back to wrap up this edition of The Drive next on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, and so is Garage Beer. And this week we're out for both Friday afternoon at Trailhead Beer Market. Join Fan Run Radio for a special live broadcast of The Drive this Friday from 3 to 6 at Trailhead Beer Market in South Knoxville, presented by Garage Beer. We'll be giving away 4 passes to the Tailgating for a Cause tailgate party in Circle Park, complete with food, beverages, and TVs for early game watching. One lucky Fan Run listener will win the passes, plus a Garage Beer tailgate prize pack, including a retro tailgate folding chair, shirts, hats, koozies, sunglasses, and more. Registration begins at 3 p.m. with the drawing at 6 this Friday at Trailhead Beer Market, 1317 Island Home Avenue. Come get ready to roast the hogs on a football Friday at Trailhead Beer Market, presented by Garage Beer. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed, 100% beer-flavored beer.
Are you tired of waiting on interest rates to drop before you start saving money? I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, and I've got a better way. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, most of your payment goes straight to interest, not your balance. But with my Smart Loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, my clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Call me today at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com and let's turn your income into financial freedom. NMLS number 332941.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronaknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronaknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury. These are just some of the curveballs life can throw at you. Fortunately, East Tennessee has someone to help you work through these problems and recover. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you're in need of legal advice, call today to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. 865-801-9250. As always, the phone call is free, the advice is free, so what do you have to lose? Call 865-801-9250 or go online to jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on.
Good afternoon. Busy on the interstate out here in West Knoxville. We check it out live again on 40 East and West here at Paper Mill, Weisgarber, over the top of West Hills. Starting to crank up pretty good again on that Solway Bridge coming out of Oak Ridge. Steady flow of traffic right now. Alcoa Highway southbound. Working your way out through the Alcoa area into
people made it down the mountain to the Tibetan town of Kudang. Chinese, this is according to Chinese state media. And if you can't trust Chinese state media, who in this crazy world can you trust? They had reportedly returned safely by noon local time, but rescue operations for 200 others who are still stuck at the Everest Scenic Area, which is on the Tibetan side of the border, remain ongoing.
It's scary.
I didn't realize, I guess it just never dawned on me that like people that die up there, they just leave them. They don't bring them down. All that trash.
People see bodies on the way up to Everest.
Well, they're apparently
they're like mile markers.
Yeah, landmarks. I kind of feel like if you can't pick up after yourself or bring your dead buddies down, then maybe nobody should be up there littering. I say it's just a complete dump up there. Like crap that all those high mountain climbers leave behind.
Maybe at the camps.
Well, it's. I mean, like back in the day when Sir Edmund Hillary, like he just like walked up it with a dude, like an Indian guy,
Sherpa,
no supplemental oxygen or anything. Like that's an achievement. Now you got any doctor or lawyer with $200,000 can
get outfitted.
They'll just drag you up there and you get which is cool. I mean, hey. If I had that kind of disposable income, you talk about an experience. Going to the roof of the world.
Yeah, you still got to train for that stuff, though.
They
don't hold your hand walking up to each camp. I mean, that stuff is still brutal.
It's intense. It's intense work, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather try and climb Kilimanjaro or Fuji.
Kilimanjaro, I've heard, it's really hard, but it's a really good one. That one would be really fun.
Which mountain do you want to climb, Russ?
I mean,
K2.
If I could do it, I would want to do Everest. You want to do the biggest one, right?
I know they say K2 is more prestigious because it's a
harder.
lot more. It's a lot harder, more dangerous.
I don't care about that. I want to go to the highest one. I want to go to the biggest, number one.
I'd be content just flying.
29,000 feet. And can you imagine?
It's insane. It's very tall.
Imagine like the sledding up there.
I saw a video, like these videos that I've been getting on my feeds, like it's all these Red Bull ads of this guy that snowboarded from the peak of Everest down to base camp with no oxygen.
No. Yeah. Those Red Bull people, they are insane.
It's become almost impossible now to distinguish the AI videos. Like, have you guys seen all the Stephen Hawking stuff?
Oh, yeah, that stuff is so funny.
That's hilarious.
It's so funny.
But you can't tell, man. You can't tell if it's real or not.
This was real.
Anything that's got that's Red Bull, I just assume it's because
they sponsor all that stuff.
All that extreme stuff they sponsored when
that's what people are going to start doing is they're going to start slapping some Red Bull on their AI videos.
It was like from their official account.
Yeah.
But this guy did this.
It's insane.
The wingsuit people are the ones that are nuts. You see the one where the wingsuit person flew underneath that famous rock arch out west?
Oh yeah. I've seen those. I've seen guys wingsuit through bridges and stuff. Those are the videos
under London Bridge
that I look for. Yeah.
Travis Pastrana jumped out of an airplane without a parachute. Yeah. Had to link up with somebody.
It's a choice.
Saw a video of a guy jumping out of a plane to test Amazon cheap parachutes. So he has
got to be a better way, right?
No,
what tunnel
are you
that you
gonna
can
do?
Put it in or something.
He has a real parachute on his back, but he just takes this Amazon parachute in his hands, jumps out of the plane, and pulls the cord and just holds on to it and sees if it works.
Tell you, check out Red Bull. They flew a damn plane through a tunnel. Did you see that one?
I didn't see that one.
It's acrobatic pilot just zoomed through this mountain in the tunnel.
Let's get Gary in here next. Gary, you're on the Drive, Fan Run Radio.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
The crazy videos that are showing up on my feed, guys, are the ones where you get this big truck and it won't quite go underneath the bridge, and they keep running into the bridge and it tears the top off.
Oh, no.
Those are wild, man.
Those are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's you see stuff like that. There's a couple of spots here in town.
I saw one here in town.
Yeah, there's
over
one down on
Avenue Pike.
Central.
Yeah.
It's actually not Central.
That happened to somebody at a radio company I worked with when I was my first radio job. There was a guy who was he was a remote tech where you drive the company vehicle out there. And this is back in the day. They used to have they were called Martys, these big antennas that would come out, like these huge steel antennas that would come out of the top of the van. And this guy was out in Maryville, and he didn't put it down, and he drove back, and he went underneath the Alcoa overpass and tore the antenna out of just destroyed the vehicle. Over $100,000 worth of equipment. Lucky he didn't kill himself.
Did he lose his job?
What do you do with something like that? You just pull over to the side of the road, call your boss, and just say, "Hey, come get your truck."
Hope you
I'm
got
not bringing it back
insurance.
at this point."
You remember the scene from The Hangover where Bradley Cooper calls? He says, "Yeah, man, we messed up."
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
It's more similar in The
I'm just gonna
Hangover
go ahead and
where
resign. Yeah.
Alan went under the underpass with the giraffe in the back seat.
Oh.
Which one was that?
3.
Oh.
It's incredible.
Hey, does anybody know what Heupel's record is coming off a bye?
I believe it's 5-2.
5-2. I saw that earlier.
And I hear the music. I'll say this. I totally agree with Bear. I think Nick Saban is very, very overrated. He just collected a lot of talent, and
he wasn't very
won
good.
because he had a lot of talent. So Bear's right again.
All right, thank you, Gary. We got to run. Stay with
Support
us.
the
Coming up
loyalty,
next,
Gary.
right here on Fan Run Radio, it's something else. We'll do it again tomorrow here on The Drive.
The Drive.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem